Hello, Internet, and welcome to Lords of Misrule. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you out there. Don't have a lot of announcements before we jump into the action here today, but I'll go ahead and rip through them as fast as I can. We had a few streams over the last week for you to catch up on. We had our most recent episode of Wonderworld Origins that went up on Thursday, and we will be putting that up on YouTube soon. Next session will be 2 weeks from last Thursday. That, in case you haven't had a chance to catch it yet, it is a superhero RPG using the Masks system. A bunch of teenage fledgling superheroes trying to save a city that always seems to be on the brink of destruction. That is on bi-weekly Thursdays at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We also will have our next session of Wild Space this coming Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern time, the continuation of one of our longer running shows at this point. I think our longest running show now on the channel. So you can check that out on Monday. All those episodes are up on YouTube as well for your enjoyment. Also coming up... Nope, I've lost that train of thought. But we've had some other one-shots, and the one-shot of The Witch is Dead. That's what I'm thinking of. That went up on YouTube this week. If you missed the one-shot last weekend, it was a lot of fun. The game itself, the system is called The Witch is Dead, made by Grant Howitt, the creator of Honey Heist and other sort of one-page RPGs, following a bunch of woodland creatures trying to bring back their witch master, I guess is their witch mom, and killing a witch, the devious witch hunter who struck her down. That's up on YouTube right now. And otherwise, podcast world, we have the last few episodes of Lords of Misrule, the last 2 episodes of Lords of Misrule that are up on iTunes and CastBox right now, if you want to enjoy those there. I would encourage you, if you like listening to the podcast, if you like the show, even if you're not listening to the podcast, go and just like it, rate it, let us know what you think about it. The more traction we get on all of our platforms, the better it is for us. YouTube, Twitch, iTunes, and all and CastBox. So please do that. We very much appreciate it. I think that's and last but not least, we mentioned this a few months back that we've been working on a project for a while called Cyberscape, which is going to be a podcast only show that will be going up soon-ish. We've recorded a couple sessions now. It's kind of in our final edits, and once that is all together, we will put up an announcement, and it will be going up on wherever you might find podcasts, iTunes and CastBox primarily for now. I think that's it. Anybody else have any announcements that I may have and probably did miss? No? Okay. Well, then we will go ahead and jump back into the action and see how this tragedy unfolds tonight on Lords of Misrule. And welcome back. So, last time on Lords of Misrule, our gang, this enterprising group of would-be criminals and ne'er-do-wells in the city of Gothford, have begun to take on some jobs with the help of their handler. I guess at this point is the best word for it. Haran Blackchurch. They're sort of intermediary between the four gangs of Gothford, the Nurian, the Mephistosi, the Calbits, and the Zartano. You've been taking on jobs for each one of them, attempting to earn some money and some favor from those guilds. Last time, you took on or began work on a couple of jobs. One for the Nurian to recruit, or Sebastian attempted to recruit a member of the Gothford Police Department. You had a pretty good encounter with a potential mark at one of the seedy bars in Rutan Square, the Wolfsbane Tavern Pub. I think I said Wolfsbane Pub last time. You had a conversation, maybe have something in the works, need to follow up on that. You also, as a group, began an investigation into a murder contract given to you by the Mephistosi. They were looking into, or wanted a group of people to look into, the murder of a prominent political figure up in Upper Gothford. I can't remember the name. I keep wanting to say Watergate because somebody said Watergate last time, and now that has thrown me off. Wingate. So you went and investigated the murder of Lord Wingate. You met Lady Wingate, who gave you a little bit of information when you were kind of scoping out the home of the murder scene. You learned a couple of things while you were there. One, it appeared that the correspondence of the job you got was correct, that this was foul play, as you found a cursed object in Lord Wingate's possession, and pen and inkwell, which somehow had led to his death, as he seemed to be, what's the word? Exsanguinated, I think is the best term for it, and which led to his inevitable demise there. Without many more details than that, you did learn that Lady Wingate had obtained this object and a wardrobe, which had also attacked you during your investigation, a sort of hidden or dormant mimic. She had obtained both objects from an antique salesman or antique dealer in West Circle, a mage or a salesman by the name of Craig Arlington. You took a bit of a detour before meeting with Arlington, or I guess that was before you began the murder investigation, stopping by the university in West Circle, the Ryman University, where you spoke with a mage there about a potential job lead in Lower Gothford, investigating a survey or an archaeological dig that had gone wrong, delving into the sort of the maze of architecture and historical civilization that is buried beneath the city itself. You got a few details on that, set up the contract, and then went on to complete your murder investigation. And it was at Arlington's Antiquities that you met Craig Arlington and got him to come clean, admitting that he had in fact sold a number of cursed objects to prominent Gothford political figures and was feeling racked with guilt as a result. He offered you some money if you would do two things: obtain or repossess the cursed objects from the members of the Gothford political sphere that had purchased them, which you did without any effort, maybe some impersonating of federal officials, but otherwise not too much trouble. The other being dealing with the thug who had put him up to it, a Nurian enforcer by the name of Gura Podrick. And in the most ironic fashion, as you were having this conversation, the front door of the establishment rang as that beautiful little bell went off, and Gura walked into the shop. You attempted to ambush them, get the drop on them, and take Gura and the 2 thugs with him out. However, as you struck, your blows seemed to have no effect, as they all 3 began to morph and transform into their hybrid lichen selves. And as you all surveyed this and made your next actions, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. Let's get some dramatic music going.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
No, I was trying to remember if we had rolled or not.
Oh, no, wait. Did we roll last time? I have initiative on here. I don't think we rolled. No, we didn't. Let's roll again.
Okay.
Sean,
We should have
just
pre-rolled.
to make sure. I'm still panthered, right? I'm still a panther?
Yes,
I
you are
remember,
still a panther.
Jumped out trying to attack him. Okay.
Yeah, you
that's
all
fine.
got your attacks in. You're like locked in or kind of right in the face. Did you attack Gura?
Yeah.
You did, yeah. So you're right in Gura's face as he's beginning to transform.
Oh, great.
Alright, that was a 12 for Sebastian.
Okay.
Oh, my
Rolled with
God.
advantage and still got a 9.
So roll 20 likes me more than my real dice. I got a 7.
Oh, no.
I rolled an 18. Keep up, kids.
Oh, man.
Get off my
Literally keep up
go.
as Cordelia runs out of the store. Okay, I'm
As I run away.
Away.
And was never heard from
Seen
again.
again.
Bye.
Well, that's gonna
gosh.
put the were-rats going first. The halfling and the I think it was the 2 halflings that were with him. And as they begin to shoot, they actually all are using their action to transform this turn. So the kind of takes on the snout elongating or the facial features contorting and popping as the bones shift to form this rat-like face, fangs growing out, the hair kind of the skin or the outer layer skin kind of sloughing off as hair comes up from underneath. It's a horrific sight that probably only a few of you have ever seen before. One of these lichens, one of the Nurian transforming. It's not a pretty sight. However, as they both transform, they also pull out their pistols off their belts and begin to kind of prepare for this fight. Yes, I gave the werewolves guns. And that'll put it to Cordelia.
Cool. I'm going to
Kill them.
yeah, I cast triple kill. And they all die.
Triple kill.
And that's the end. I'm gonna, in the same vein, but not quite as powerful, I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And 1 for each of them, I guess.
Why not? Make 3 attacks.
Okay. What is my spellcasting modifier? What is my attack modifier? That is 25.
Hits.
25.
Hits.
Yes. Not as good. 16.
Hits.
Okay. What damage does that do? 2d6? 2d6 fire. So for the first one, 7. The second one.
Go. Tell me which one you're hitting with each one of these.
Can I go left to right? I guess?
We'll just go left to right with saying Guro's in the middle. So 7
Yep.
with the first one.
7 for the second one. The dice on the floor. And 8 for the other rat.
All right.
7, 8. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. All right. So they all 3 take their licks from the fire. Definitely seeming to hit as the 2 rats give off these kind of shrieking shrieks of pain, I guess. And you can see it does damage to them. The fur is kind of burnt away, and the damage sticks this time. They don't instantly heal back from it.
Awesome.
It did seem like it did a little more to the 2 tinier rat people. Don't seem as hardy as Gura does.
That makes sense.
But they all take the hits. Anything else with your bonus action?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope.
Sebastian.
All right. Seems like we need a change of plans. Everyone out the back into the car. Let's go. And Sebastian is going to, having said that, use his movement to get, run towards the back door, go back, because he Enza and Clove had just popped out from the back to try and surprise them, but that proved ineffective, and so now trying to get out the back way to where we left the truck when we brought back the cursed items.
Okay, so Sebastian turns and kind of books his way into the back shop area and you can see Craig, who is still back there and was beginning to find a place to hide. He has the bag next to him with all of the cursed items in it that you had captured previously. And I think we'll do a sort of a brief moment here where, as you're running back, he looks to you and says, "What's going on?"
We're getting out of here, and because Seb has extra movement as a monk, he will use some of that to start pushing Craig towards the back door. I don't know if that's going to...
As you push him away. Okay, perfect. So you begin making your way to the back. It's not a huge shop, so with your movement, you are at the back door now. I'll say there's probably a raised kind of like a loading dock or a loading door, and the truck is right there. So you're mostly up to it at this point.
Okay. So I want to direct him to get into the truck when it's his go, and I'm going to hold my action to prepare to attack any of the Lycans if they make it this far.
Perfect. Okay. Just holding a melee attack.
Yep.
Okay. That'll be put to Hogarth's turn. Hogarth, who's on the other side of everything from you guys, he sees Sebastian run. And yeah, I think Hogarth kind of freezes for a second. And he, without much of an expression or any sound from him, I think he's going to use his bonus action to... Oh, does he have that yet? Hold on. I've got to check. I don't know his stuff. Yeah, he does. He's going to use his bonus action to disengage, and he is going to just sprint out the door. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want that to stop the combat music. Go.
Isn't it, though?
There we go. And he goes sprinting out the door. And Hogarth's out of that. Puts it to Gura's turn. Gura again finishes his transformation into this larger wolf form and pulls out a just massive revolver from his hip, more like an elephant gun, and kind of like spins the barrel. And as he sees Sebastian run, he says, "No, you get back here." And he is going to... It's just his action. So yeah, he's going to start running after you. Actually, I think he's going to just push past all of you, provoking some attacks of opportunity. But unless you have any magical effects, it's not... Unless anybody has any special things that they can do.
Oh.
But I don't think anyone can.
No, not as a reaction.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so he pushes past all of you, and maybe you take some swipes at him, just kind of fruitlessly at this point, and scratch as he runs past. And you turn around, Sebastian, and you see Gura is lumbering through the back room straight towards you. Okay, he can't get as far as you. Well, what's his movement? What's your movement speed?
Right now, I believe it's 45, 40.
Okay, you have more movement than he does, so he can't even make it up to you. He's probably about 20 feet back at this point. All right.
And they're in a fighting position, and Zazima just flipping the bird.
Okay. Enza.
Okay. Seeing that he's going for Seb, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot at Gura.
Gura, perfect. Take your shot.
Okay. And no, I don't get advantage on this because he's already acted. That is 16?
Hits.
That hits. Okay, he needs to make. Let me do that. Let's see. He has to make a strength saving throw.
That is a 19.
Oh, he is fine.
Okay.
So some thorns try to grab him, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think there's a kind of a scared moment from him where you. How does it look when you like cast? Are you just casting on your gun, or you like pull out a bullet and sort of and like whisper into it before taking the shot? Like, what are you casting it on?
Yeah, probably on the gun itself.
So Enza, you sort of whisper a small incantation. You take the shot. It hits Gur in the back, and he staggers slightly, but seems to just shrug it off for the most part until suddenly from the wound all of these vines begin to sort of grow out and around him and trying to anchor themselves to the floor. He just lets out this roar as he rips the vines away, and they snap under him as he continues lumbering towards Sebastian.
Well, cuss.
You gonna move?
No, I'm gonna stay in there with Cordelia and Clove.
Okay, so it's you two and the two were-rats in here, and that'll put it to Clove's turn.
Okay. I have, now that he ran by me, I have a different option. I'm gonna use my bonus action and clove myself again.
Okay.
Instead of pantherize. And I'm gonna go ahead and thorn whip Gura and try and pull him back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's here, there's the thing. And
perfect.
and so I'm gonna actually like real roll, dice roll.
Oh, that's fine.
So let's see. Here we go. 11 plus, what do I do? I don't get to plus
hits.
anything, do I?
No, you do. You get to add. It's
My spell thing, right?
your spell attack
Got
modifier.
it. I haven't not done this in so long.
Yeah, you gotta add spell and proficiency.
18.
Yeah, you hit. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
And
And
then
so
2d6 damage.
6, yes. That's not great. 5
5. Okay.
piercing, and then I want to pull him back.
Okay. And you do. So you strike out towards him as you can still get an angle on him through the doorway. And that, much like the vines he just broke, another vine wraps around probably his leg. And you yank back with it. It digs into the flesh and begins to bleed from the wound, lets out a roar as he's dragged 10 feet back away from you, Sebastian, kind of knocking over some chairs and into some tables, and grabs onto a bookshelf as he's pulled backwards and rips that over as well, scattering just objects across the ground. And he's pulled back almost right towards the door again, probably about 5 feet away from the door, letting out a snarling growl all the way. Perfect. Awesome.
Now, come on back here.
Okay, that'll put it to the two were-rats' turns now. And each one of them is going to make attacks with their pistols and take shots at the people that are in the room. So I think we're going to get 3 of you are still in the room. So it's going to be one shot at Cordelia. Make sure I'm rolling this right. That's only a 12 to hit.
That misses me.
Okay. Second shot at Enza. It's a 9 to hit. That misses.
Nope.
The other were-rat's going to take his 2 shots. One at
Both get 2 shots.
Clove. That's a 12 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah, we have a 12
Oh,
AC, guys. I've got the worst AC.
He also rolled max damage. So that's 14 points of damage from the gunshot. And then the last one is going to cycle back towards Cordelia, since both of them are taking shots at you because you hit both of them with fire.
Fair
That's a
enough.
natural 1.
That misses.
So he takes the shot, and it goes wide, hitting a mirror and shattering glass across the floor.
That wasn't expensive.
It probably was. It's a lot of expensive stuff in this
Could have
room.
been fake.
But that is all of their turn. Cordelia.
Great. I since I guess we're running away, I would like to turn and yell. Yeah, I'm gonna turn and yell at the rats and say like, "Oi, rats! How would you like some target practice?" And I'm gonna cast Phantom Steed and get on a horse and get the fuck out
Okay.
of that place.
So the Phantom Steed appears in the
Yeah,
middle of
like
this.
by the door.
Okay, so you cast the Phantom Steed by
The
the
range
door.
is
then-
30 feet, so.
Yeah, you can do it. So you're going to run towards the door as you're casting the spell,
Yeah.
and then okay, I
And
like
then jump
this
on my
visual.
horse.
So you sort of vault over the. You actually just make me an acrobatics check to just see how badass. So you're going to be able to do it either way, but I just want to know how cool this looks.
Okay. Natural 20.
Well, shit. Okay,
22.
yeah, that's very cool.
Looks the coolest as you
Coolest.
So you vault over the counter and go tearing through the shop as both rats who are on either side of you kind of train their guns at you, firing along the way. Small jars and other small pieces of furniture are just exploding as they're firing bullets in your direction. You're ducking between the shelves, and as you finish the incantation, you reach the doorway, and there is a spectral horse that appears. What does your spectral horse look like?
I think she is like jet black, and has this like jet black, like long flowing mane, and her eyes are like red, the same color as Cordelia's eyes.
Okay, so Shadowmare.
Yeah. But
Okay.
not as like beefy as Shadowmere is.
Okay.
She's like real
all right.
slick.
Okay, so you and you get to the door and you mount up on the horse and begin to ride off, I assume.
Yeah, and I'm just yelling expletives at the rats
Sure.
over my shoulder, like trying to get them to follow me out the door.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm faster than they are on the horse.
Okay. Make a provoke check. I guess make a just do persuasion.
Oi, ugly. That's a natural 1.
Okay, well
Wait. 2.
okay, what goes around comes around
Okay.
then. So maybe they don't quite hear your taunts over the hail of bullets that are streaking through the room. So they don't. You're not really sure at this point, I think, whether they're going to, either one are going to chase after you. All right. That will end Cordelia's turn. Sebastian.
Okay, so it's basically me and Gura in the room. Craig has mostly made it into the truck by now.
Yeah, I think Craig is at the door of the truck beginning to climb in.
Okay.
Or is probably mostly in the truck, about to close the door behind him.
Yeah, I think because it's Seb at the door, Gura at the door into the back right now, having just been thorn whipped. Jeez, oh boy, oh boy. I think Seb's just gonna hop onto the back of the truck and just also taunt Gura. Just the whole time, it's like his middle finger is on like a steady cam. Like Seb's moving all over the place and running and bobbing in a bit, but the middle finger is just up steady the whole time, taunting Gura.
Okay, so you and you're getting into the truck, getting prepared to book it out of there too. All right, and as you're holding your finger, you can go ahead and make I guess a persuasion check. There needs to be like a taunt button in this game, but persuasion I think works better than intimidation.
Yeah, and then for the actual action, okay, that's a much better persuasion than Cordelia. That was 19. And I think for the actual action, still holding an action to attack if any of them get within melee range.
Sure. Okay. He definitely seems trained on you. If he was not before, he's more determined to shoot at you now. All right.
Shouting back into the room, ladies, let's go!
I'm already gone.
Yeah. I think, let's see, Hogarth's out of dodge. I'm just going to take Hogarth off the tracker. He's running.
I was counting on him to come drive. He's the one with the proficiency.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Okay, I'll put him back on the tracker then. Yeah, we'll say Hogarth is with his thieves, with his bonus action and action to dash. God damn it! Now I'm not gonna be able to line him up again. He is sprinting around the building. He's probably at the truck at this point, since he's so fast, and so he's maybe 10 feet away and about to get in the cab and begin to get the car going. So that'll put it to Gura's turn, and he is going to. I think he's going to take some shots at you.
Let him try.
If you're in the back of the truck, because I'm imagining the truck, and if you're getting in the back, well, you probably have like partial cover right now. In the back there, so
+2 AC.
+2 to your AC, yeah.
Good to know.
And he'll take 2 attacks at you. Well, that's an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, that is 7 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to deflect missiles.
Okay.
So I reduce it by 10 damage, which puts it to 0.
Okay.
In the instant that I have, can I tell is the bullet silver?
No, it's not silver.
Okay, so it's mundane. I'm not going to spend the Q to throw it back. I'll just catch it and drop it.
Yeah. Okay. And he'll take a second shot consecutive. That's only a 5 to hit though, so that misses. So you take the 2 shots. One ricochets off the metal. The other one, you kind of spin, and it from his perspective, looks like he hits you, and you see a big grin across his wolf kind of transformed face. And then as you slowly turn back, just holding the bullet in the air, you see that grin fade into a snarl, and he cocks his head to the side and just lets out a low growl in your direction, this predatory instinct kicking in. Nice. That will put it to Enza's turn.
Okay. Do I still have line of sight on Gura?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
he-
Because you're like in the doorway right now,
Yeah.
right by the doorway, so you can see him maybe 10 or 15 feet away from you, and then the 2 rats that are...
2 rats. Okay. Socradelia leave. Probably just gonna yell at Smasher like, get going! And then gonna try to ensnaring strike again.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay. Has to make another strength save.
That's a 4. So he fails
The
that
vines
time.
come back.
This
Yay.
time it hits, the vines sprout out from the wound and binds in the ground. He tries to pull through it and just and turns back in your direction as he's kind of bound to the floor, trying to rip his way free. But the vines are just digging into him. Do the vines deal any damage?
Yeah, it says the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns.
Okay, perfect. So when that comes back around to him, he will take that damage from the magical vines.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then gonna start making my way to the front door. But kind of like keep my gonna kind of like, I don't know if I could like somehow make my way around the rats. And head towards the door.
There's plenty of room in here where you don't have to get up into melee with them.
Okay. Yeah, gonna start heading towards the front door.
Okay, with your 30 feet movement speed, you make it to the front door. So you're out, you're just like right beyond the door
Yeah.
of the building.
So I'm gonna like be holding the door open and go like gun trained in there and be like, "Come on, Clove."
All right, that'll put it to Clove's turn then.
Okay. I am going to use 4 uses of my Wand of Magic Missiles. So 3 left.
Ooh,
And
okay.
I'm going to... I said 4, right? So I'm going to shoot the original 3 at... No, 4 at Gura, and then 1 missile at each of the rats. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
4 at Gura, 1 on each of the others, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, here we go. Here's the 4 at Gura. So that's 6, 10, 11, plus 4 is 15 points of force damage.
Nice.
And then rat, let's go with the left rat, is 5 points of force damage. And, only 2 points of force damage at the right rat.
Okay. Nice. So the missiles go streaking out for them, slamming into Gura, who lets out another just deep growl from the force of the impact. Almost a little bit of a yelp too as it happens. He's starting to look kind of beaten up at this point. The two rats take their shots too, also showing some signs of abuse now.
And then I'm gonna run out the front door, hollering at Hogarth to drive around front and get us.
Okay, and then you book your way towards the door too. Perfect. That'll put it to the two were-rats' turns. They only see the two of you essentially right now, so both of them turn their guns to to Clove and Enza. They're going to take their shots. So we'll do 2 at Clove first.
Pew pew.
Both those are going to hit for 16 points of piercing damage total. Not much more than the one that hit you before.
Okay.
Philip?
Yeah, I'm okay. Sort of.
Okay.
And then 2 shots at Enza.
Okay.
It's an 11 and a 13.
Nope.
Okay. So both of them miss you.
Bounce
You dodge. Yeah, I think you maybe like roll around the like kind of door frame, and there's just splinters of wood that from the strikes of the bullets kind of spraying around you as you calmly like load your next shot into the gun. Perfect. That will end the were-rats' turns, as I think they, taking their shots, are begin to walk back towards the doorway, towards the back part of the store, where they say Gurub is kind of in a dire position right now, kind of to back up their boss. Cordelia.
I'm on a horse.
You're just riding. Okay. We'll if there's nothing else you want to do, we'll just kind of take you out of the immediate action
No,
right now.
I don't. I'm not just gonna run. Like, I'm not just gonna run away.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't blame you.
No, I thought about it. I'm not going to. But I want to ride around to where I can meet up with the truck.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get there this turn or not.
How much speed? The horse is like 100 feet.
100 feet.
Yeah. With the 100 feet of movement, yeah, you get pretty much where Hogarth did. So you make it around the shop and you can see, you're almost right by the truck. You can see the opening loading bay area. I think you can kind of see Gura in there restrained, or you can at least hear him. And you see Sebastian in the back of the truck, or you can hear Sebastian in the back of the truck. And you see Hogarth is beginning to get inside as well.
Alright. I'm just going to yell out, time to go, boys! And I'm gonna cast, this sounds like fun. What other fun stuff can I do? I'm gonna cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay.
And make 3 of me. 3 more of me.
Okay.
I'm just trying to confuse the hell out of everybody. I think it's working so far.
I'm as funny as it would be for 3 of you to be riding on a horse, on one horse. I'll say it's gonna duplicate so it's you on a horse 3 times.
I hope so.
As you come, or it's 2 of you levitating in the air and 1 of you is sitting on a horse, and they just have to guess which one's real.
Well, it creates 3 more of me, so there's 3 of them, and then.
Yeah, I'll say
4 total.
it duplicates you on the horse too. So
Great.
it's 3 Cordelias, 3 more Cordelias on horseback.
Awesome. I feel really good about where this is going, actually.
Okay,
That's it. That's what I want to do.
good. Sebastian, you are in there. Actually, Hogarth's
Hello, wizards.
no, Hogarth's turn is after you. So Sebastian, anything you want to do on your turn?
Not much more I can do at this point. I think I just raise my other hand and keep flipping him double birds as
Okay.
presumably the rats are getting to him and trying to get him untangled.
Yeah. As you're hanging off the back of the truck, just giving him the bird. That'll put it to Hogarth's turn. Hogarth gets in. The truck turns over. I thought about doing something dramatic where I roll a d20 to see if the truck will start, but I'm not going to do that. I haven't had a problem with it so far. It's well maintained. But that would be perfect for an action movie scene. The truck turns over. Hogarth slams it into gear and just slams on the pedal, and the truck begins to lurch forward out of the alleyway. We'll say, with that move speed, he can definitely make it to the front of the store, where he will stop for the two of you that are out front. But that's going to be all of his movement this turn. So that'll put it back to, let's see, that'll put it back to Gura, who is going to make a strength check.
He takes 1d6.
He does.
So.
1d6.
Oh, it's only one.
Okay, well,
Like,
that is
one
something.
piercing.
And like Sleeping Beauty, that one pinprick knocks him out.
Oh,
Yeah.
only.
He'll make a strength check to see if he can break out. He can. Well, I assume your DC is above a 9.
Yes.
Okay.
It's 14.
Okay, yeah. That is, he's not able to break out as he kind of pulls against the bindings. That'll put it to Enza and Clover, the two of you climbing into the truck.
Yes, but I want to make sure I'm the last one on.
Okay.
And then
Oh, can I? Ooh.
I'll let Clove, you can do what you want to do, and then
yeah. What are you doing?
Okay, yeah. Shoot, I thought I had an idea, and then now it's gone out of my head. But I'm gonna go ahead and just, why not? How far are the rats away from me?
maybe about 30 feet or so.
30 feet. Okay. Just because it's fun, I'm gonna go ahead and thorn whip one of them again
Okay.
because I can.
You.
Because I'm just annoyed at them. They're like New York City rats. I just want to step on them. 17 plus 7 is 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and
Are
let's...
you gonna drag it towards you?
No, I'm just gonna whip him
Okay.
for being annoying.
Fair.
Oh, and that's 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Piercing.
Damn. That one is not looking good. No. Okay. So,
And I'll just get on the Doomaflachi.
okay. That rat takes a whip to the back. And Enza, what do you want to do before you get on the truck?
I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on Gura at 2nd level.
Okay.
So which means that the vines are gonna go away.
You do drop the vines, but
I drop the vines.
okay. So you look at Gura, who is currently restrained and trying to pull up the gun to take a shot, like straight through the shop at you, towards the front, and you whisper an incantation, and you feel that kind of honing presence, and you lock on to mark your quarry, and you jump into the back of the truck. Okay. At which point, we'll go through the were-rats' turns. They see the danger. One of them's going to use their action to try to break the bindings on... No, the bindings are gone. He's free. Yeah, they're both going to kind of run back through the shop and be firing bullets through the shop windows at you all as the truck is beginning to pull away. We'll do that'll be 4 more shots. We'll do 2 shots at who's in the back of the truck right now. It's Enza, Sebastian, Clove, and Cordelia. You're on horseback. I assume somewhere nearby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the truck, but
Sure. So we'll do 1 shot at each of you. So we'll do a shot at Sebastian. 15.
Still with the +2 from the truck.
Yeah. I'll see you all have the partial cover in the truck.
Then that misses.
Okay. And Clove. That's a 13. Does that, if you have a +2 to your AC, does that miss you? Or what is your AC?
My AC with the +2 is 14, so...
Okay, so that misses. Okay,
Yay!
cool.
Oh, thank God, because I thought I was going to die.
Another one at Enza. That misses. And then Cordelia, you do not have the bonus from the truck, but it is the mirror image. So
Yeah, I'm reading how it works. Each time a creature targets you with an attack, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates.
okay, roll a d20.
And I have 3, so I have to roll a 6 or higher, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's a 6.
Okay.
So
then
it does.
Okay,
not
and their AC is 10 plus your dex.
So 12.
12. That's a 9, so that misses anyway.
Yay. They'll never know.
Who haven't I shot at yet? I shot at everybody? I think I got everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the end of their turns. Cordelia, Sebastian. So the two of you are just riding and riding along with the truck. Hogarth peels off, and with the speed of the truck, which we decided was a lot, and the speed of the horses, which is a lot, you all tear off down the street away from the store. Awesome. Well done. You solved my werewolf puzzle. That's not the
Or just delayed it.
Yes.
Where do you go? Where are you going right now?
I think
Not what I
once
wanted.
we've cleared far enough away, I don't know if this is the kind of the truck where there's a little window between the cab and the cargo area.
Sure.
So go up and just, assuming Hogarth knows what to do, but letting them know, okay, we need to make sure we lose them, make sure they're not following, and then as that is happening, I think we have some time to talk about. So where are we heading? Back to Wingate, pick up Pilar. Assume not straight to the joint or anything.
No, we shouldn't go back to the joint quite yet. They got a good look at all of us.
I need a minute. And I cast Cure Wounds on myself at second level because
Okay.
I'm hurt as heck.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fair.
Oh yeah, were you were the only one who got hurt, I think.
I'm the only one who took damage, yeah.
Oh. Oh, buddy.
Not for lack of trying.
Hey,
Yeah, right.
that's some good
Wow.
rolls in there.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna even roll real dice on that because that was too good.
Where should we go? Ugh.
So this is probably a terrible idea, but what if we take them to what did Pilar call it? The Doom Cave or something that the professor wants us to check out? Try and lure them in there, see if we can't get whatever nasty's down there to take them out. Though that's more than likely to just get two mean nasties up against us.
Yeah, we don't know what's there yet. I wouldn't want to risk it being something even worse than werewolves.
Yeah, just a thought I had.
Were creatures. Well, as long as I'm thinking about it, I kind of put a marker on Gura. So I got a little bit of an idea of where he's at for the next hour.
That'll help. Certainly enough for us to get away.
Yeah, I don't know what Hunter's Mark do.
You get advantage on checks to track him.
Okay, so
No.
it's not like the radar.
No, it's not like a radar, but you would if you try to seek him out, you'll have a better chance at trying to find him. You probably have to
Got
go
it.
back to the shop and trace his footsteps from there, from the last place you knew he was. But you definitely have a better understanding of where he will be.
I mean, what if we circle around and then just show back up at the shop?
It's a possibility, but I can't do shit against those guys. Got
Yeah,
no
well,
silver,
maybe
got
they'll
no magic.
That's true. We do need a weapon up somehow.
I think Craig, who's in the truck, says, I might be able to help with that. We'd have to get back to the shop, but if any of you could get your hands on any essence gems, I could make you some weapons that might be able to help.
Well, don't we just know a professor was offering us some essence gems?
That's true. What are we gonna do with you in the meanwhile, Craig? Kind of where you can hide?
Uh,
I mean, you can stick with us. That's true.
I think, yeah, Horace chimes in and says, I can look after him. And I think Craig, who's in the front, says, do you really want to leave me alone with this guy, though? And Horace says, it'll be fine. You're in good hands.
Yeah, it'll be great. Hogarth's pretty good.
And Hogarth just sort of, as he's driving, just takes his eyes off the road for a second and looks back through the window. Those just like pits for eyes staring back at Craig, who I think freezes up but is afraid to say anything at that moment. And Hogarth says, I could drop you off and then go pick up Pilar. The two of us can keep an eye on the professor, or the professor. I don't know why I said that. Keep an eye on Craig.
Sounds like a good idea. Pilar's probably gonna be pissed when we tell her what just happened. This might be best if she stays away from you, Seb.
Yeah, good call. Let's keep her away until everything's blown over as much as it can.
Should I drop you off at the orphanage then?
It's probably as good a place as any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hogarth.
Hold on then. And he drives towards towards Lower Gothford to drop you off at the dig site. It's probably a 10 or 15 minute drive from here in midday traffic. I'll give you the time at this point to take a short rest. I mean, even when you get there, you could sit there for a bit and rest if you wish to take one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
I'm sure getting a key point back can only help.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna use my arcane recovery to get a spell slot back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use some hit dice as well. So let's go with 2d8 for now.
Are were creatures humanoids?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
This is half my wizard level rounded up, so 3.
Yes. Yeah, you get 3 spell up to 3
levels.
spell slot, 3 levels of spell slots, yeah.
Great.
All right. We got their rests in. Feeling good.
As good as we're gonna.
Perfect. All right. So Hogarth pulls up into the Lower Gothford area. The older side of town, I think Lower Gothford has some of those sort of last vestiges of some of the more, or the less advanced civilization of the Ryman Empire. There's still some cobblestone streets. There are some buildings that definitely look older, and there's that mismatch of the newer infrastructure, the red brick buildings, the paved roadways, the little bit of like the electric lanterns, kind of mixed in with some of that older architecture here. However, as you pull up, there is, or outside of a building that definitely rings of that old world feel. It is a gray stoned 2-story building, and you can see the top floor itself to one corner has sort of collapsed inwards. You can see some charred marks of what appears to have been a fire at some point, or some fire damage that at one point kind of ruined the structure of the building. And there is a fence that surrounds it, and some signs on the fences that read condemned. So the building is in pretty rough shape. And you can see above this, the doors, there's a kind of a wide set of stairs that lead up to the first first floor set of doors in the building, and in the stone engraved above, you can clearly read the words orphanage above it. And otherwise, one of the doors is broken inward. It looks open. You can see some signs, probably Enza. You notice this. There are some signs of people that have come through these gates and some foot traffic that has led into here recently, giving the impression of this is probably the tracks from the dig team that the professor had told you about, the one that gave you the job. Yeah, that'll be the time. I'm making sure I got everything on that. So yeah, you Hogarth pulls up, kicks the car or the truck into park. The four of you unload, rested, ready to go, and Hogarth pulls away with Craig in tow, leaving you at the orphanage here.
So let's review. What do we know? They went down. They found a chamber beneath the orphanage. A couple people went down. They heard noises and screaming. No one bothered to check. We need to go down and see what happened.
And kill whatever's down there. And also find the artifacts, I guess.
Yeah, we get some money on anything we find, so.
Not a thing we want to forget.
Yeah. I assume before Hogarth left, they told us where they were going to be waiting, so we know how to meet back up.
Yeah, where do you guys want to arrange to meet up afterwards?
I'd say just the joint, but that's easy. I mean, it's the easiest location.
Okay. Yeah, he'll go pick up Pilar and then take her and Craig to the joint, and then you guys will meet up there later. Perfect. So you head into the building?
Yes.
All right. So you head up the stairs and walk through the broken remnants of the right door that leads into the orphanage. And as you enter, you get some idea of the layout. Many of the interior walls have been broken away, and there are some wooden supports that have been put in to prop up the building and make sure it doesn't sort of collapse in on itself, leaving a pretty open interior. And you immediately see, as you walk in through the doors, and you can see across the probably 200-foot span of this opening hall of the orphanage, you see the activity of this dig team. The stone floor of the building has been torn up. All of the slabs kind of piled to one side, mounds of dirt that are pushed off in another corner, leaving a about 15-foot square hole in the floor here. And you can see there's a structure that they've sort of built over the hole, a wooden frame that supports a lever and pulley system of some sort of lifting cart that seems to lower down into the hole itself. Scattered around the room, you see a number of wooden crates, many of which are open. Many are empty. There are some that are still closed. You see some shovels, empty sacks. You see a tarp kind of folded off to one side. And then you see a couple of smaller crates. These are the ones that are closed. And you can see on the front of these wooden boxes, there is a kind of stamped into the wood. You see the word explosives.
Is one open?
Fun.
Is there any that look open or a crowbar nearby?
Oh no.
Yeah, I'd say there's a crowbar nearby. One of the boxes is open and does look to be empty. Another one is still nailed shut.
Can I go ahead and carefully crowbar the nailed shut one?
Sure. Make a slide of it. No, I'm just kidding. You can open it without too many. It's not that unstable. It is dynamite. As you open it, there are 3 sticks of dynamite inside.
And
Yeah. I don't. Okay. Here's a question. Am I proficient at dynamite?
well, you and I both have the Tavern Brawler feat, which makes us proficient with improvised weapons,
Ooh,
but that
that's
might
true.
apply more for smacking them with dynamite, which sounds like a terrible idea.
So
Yeah.
for dynamite, I don't think it requires a proficiency. It's
Okay.
just lighting and throwing.
Okay. Cool.
Essentially, as an action, a creature can light a stick of dynamite and throw it to a point within up to 60 feet away.
Okay.
Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. And then you can tie multiple sticks together and deal additional damage.
Nice. Okay. Then I'm gonna keep one. And does anybody else want one? These probably will come in handy.
I think I'm all right.
I'll take one.
No thanks.
Then
Okay.
I'll keep 2, and unless you want the second one. So
Yeah, I'll take it.
okay. You've got more distance than I do, so.
All right, go ahead and mark in your inventory 2 sticks of dynamite or 1 stick of dynamite.
Oh boy.
Yay!
There's also some
So many
additional.
boom boom sticks.
There are fuses in there too. If you want to take the fuses, and you can rig up the fuse to be longer or shorter depending on how long you want the interval before you can explode it. Because you can rig it with a longer fuse and set like a time to explode like within like 1 to 6 rounds. So, all right. Oh, that's some of the stuff in the room. I mean, you guys went straight for the fun stuff, but there's, like I said, shovels and sacks and other things in here too, if you want to take those.
I'll look through, I guess, some of the sacks while they're picking up dynamite.
Sheet, yep.
Sure. There are 4 empty sacks, 1 50-foot square tarp, 2 shovels, and 50 feet of hemp rope.
Do you think we need any of this?
I think I already have rope. I'm double checking in because I've got the explorer's pack, and I think I'm pretty sure I've got rope.
Yeah, I got some rope in my bag. Maybe we should just go check it out and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 50 feet of rope.
I'm gonna
as well.
take the rope. I don't have any.
Okay. Yeah, you can take the rope.
And then I'll start going in.
Okay. So there's essentially a wooden kind of lifting platform that you can all step onto, and then there's a winch that you can pull and lower the platform down using a series of complicated counterweights, which I'm not going to try to explain.
Okay.
All right.
Learn that.
Yeah. So you all load up onto the platform and pull the winch, and it begins to lower you down into the darkness below, which is a good time for me to change the music.
Can I have made sure I summoned my bat earlier?
Sure.
Okay, I did that. There's a bat here now.
Okay. You did you already have? Are you casting the spell, or are you just re-summoning it?
Just resummoning it. I had cast it a long time ago.
Okay, that's what's making sure. Yeah. So you got your bat familiar.
How big is that? Is it little? Is it big? How big is that?
Is it like one of those little fluff ball bats with the tiny little wings, or is it like a big bat?
I mean, I don't think she's huge. I I think she's. I don't know.
I want to spend the next 20 minutes talking about this bat.
Okay. Let's do. No, I think she's like a fruit bat. Like I don't think she's that big.
Okay.
She's not a
Okay.
scary
Just
bat.
curious.
Like,
She's
like
a fluffy-
brown, black.
She is black, but she's a little like fluffy bat. The ones that look like puppies, but with
Yeah,
wings.
those ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Not a
looks
Nosferatu bat.
She's
What's her
cute.
name?
Hecate.
Hecate.
No, what's the name? Don't just hack it.
Hecate.
Okay.
Oh, Hecate. I don't know.
Oh, she's the cutest with
Yeah.
those little ears.
That friend.
Okay. Here. Realigned Hogarth's token down there. That's the right way. Okay, so as you begin to head down the shaft, you can see it isn't so much a tunnel as it looks like they broke through the ceiling of something, because not more than 8 feet or so of solid stone until you begin to lower down into a large chamber. Below you, those of you that have dark vision, you can see an ovular room, stone walls kind of protruding out in every direction. The room seems to be a couple hundred feet across. It's fairly large, and there are 3 pillars equally spaced near the center of the room that seem to be supporting the ceiling, which would be the floor of the orphanage. And it does look like from the ceiling, you can see some burn marks around it. It does look like they used some of the dynamite to essentially blow the hole in the ceiling to look down here, or to make their way down here. Again, those of you with dark vision can see that out of this room, there appear to be 4 passages, or tunnels on each of like the 4 sides of this room, spaced around. And the tunnels themselves seem to, as far as you can tell from here, they look like they have debris piled up in them. Looks like those passages are collapsed. However, around the chamber between those larger tunnels, you can see there are a dozen kind of smaller doorways or off passages that seem to be leading out as well. As the lift hits the floor with a heavy thud, jostling you for a second, your eyes adjust some more, and you can see around the room itself there is debris, rocks, and other objects kind of strewn around the area. There are a bunch of shapes and things on the ground, but from your too detailed, it's too from your current perspective, unless you begin to kind of search around the room, it's hard to tell exactly what they are.
Anyone mind if I shed a little light? I can't see shit.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Why not?
Alright,
Go for it.
I'm gonna cast light on my necklace that I'm wearing.
Okay. You cast light. And as you cast the spell, there is you're using white light. You
Not if it's coming through that necklace.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it red?
Sure. Is
Yeah,
it
it's
is
red.
it red light? Okay.
Ooh,
So this eerie crimson light comes kind of washes over the immediate area around you, and you get a better idea of the space. The room itself seems damp. There is mold patches that seem to be covering the floors and some of the pillars that are closer. One of the pillars that are closer to you. You can see that the pillars itself and the walls of the chamber appear to have engravings or some sort of murals on them. Looks like there was like probably a civilization that was living here previously. There are remnants of other structures that were in this room at some point that have eroded and been broken away. Small like tables, chairs, shacks, things like that scattered around this room. But again, everything's been destroyed to a point of non-recognition. Who here has trying to decide. Who here has a passive perception 13 or higher?
One short.
Just Clove.
It's like 10 plus your perception, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, 16.
I
Okay,
don't.
so-
Mine's 11.
I have a 17.
Okay, so the two of you,
Dang.
Enza and Clove, you notice something. And the rest of you probably pick it up too, but you can't really identify it very well. There's an odd smell in the air here. And Clove and Enza, you recognize there's a smell of sulfur or sulfurous. And you actually see just lightly, and with the light on, it's actually more pronounced. There's sort of a thin mist hanging in the air around here. You're breathing it in right now. It doesn't seem to have any effect, but it is present. And actually, you can see some. I'd say it's hanging pretty low to the floor. It doesn't look like it's escaping through the hole above you. There's also kind of scattered around the room. Now you have the light. There are little bits of fabric, broken pottery, metallic fastenings, all kind of scattered around the floor, just all over the place. And I think you also notice that a lot of the fabric, as you're approaching it, and you kind of all begin to investigate the room a little bit, the fabric itself is clothing. Belonging to, not typical clothing, say the shirts and pants and stuff, but like tunics and loincloths and things like that, like of a very, very primitive society. But it's scattered around, indicating that there were probably a lot of creatures here at some point. And unless they all just decide to shed their clothes here in some sort of elaborate dance party, they probably died here. But you don't see any bones.
I get a sense of where the sulfur's coming from.
Yeah.
From the
Like, is it like as I go down a hallway? Is it sort of like, do I get a sense?
if you walk around the room a bit, no, it just seems to be sort of omnipresent, like it was trapped in this chamber. You gather that this chamber was sealed pretty much until the hole was blown in the ceiling. And it was probably just trapped here.
Okay.
You can try to identify it if you want.
Can I take a minute and use my primeval awareness?
Sure.
So let me do that. So I sort of concentrate for a minute and try to sense if my favorite enemies, which are monstrosities, are around.
Okay. There's definitely nothing in here, but let me check something totally unrelated right now.
Okay.
No, you don't. You don't sense any monstrosities in the area. What is it, up to a mile?
Within 5 miles.
Oh. Okay, there are probably monstrosities within 5 miles of where you're at, but in the immediate area, you're not sensing any monstrosities.
Okay.
There are a lot of monstrosities, I think,
like the whole
above
city.
you. Yeah, it's like probably not a lot. There are monstrosities in the city,
Yeah.
but there are not. You don't see any in your immediate presence. Or sense any in your immediate presence.
Okay.
Can I take a closer look at what's on the walls?
Sure. So you approach the walls themselves, and there are a number of murals here. They're very faded, but go ahead and make a history check.
Uh, 23.
That's definitely enough to
Yes, finally found something I'm good at.
the DC that I had set for this, which was a 14. You
Brain
look at,
blast!
yeah, you look over the walls, and immediately it comes to you. The imagery that you're seeing here is Kuatoa in nature. Sort of ancient society of fish-like people. Yeah.
Great.
And you gather from the writings and imagery across the walls, which is all over the place. This was probably like a trade market at some point for a city or a Kuatoa civilization that once might have called this place home.
Well, it looks like Kuatoa used to live here. Long time ago.
Oh, if they were here now, I bet they'd feel like fish out of water.
It's like the rest of us, just trying to swim upstream.
We're in a spooky ass dungeon. The little levity is called for, don't you think so?
Well, anyway, this was like a marketplace or something like that to them. It seems a bit strange. Is there water anywhere in here? Like, I know though you said the walls and stuff are wet, but is there any like a source of water? Can we hear water? Do Kuatoa live in the water or near the water?
Usually near the water.
Like
they
near
don't
it?
typically live. They're not like Triton or other like aquatic dwellers. They usually live in very swamp-like areas that are right on the edge of the water.
Can I hear like a source of water anywhere?
Make a perception check.
Oh gee.
While she's doing that, can I look for the source of the sulfur? The gas?
Sure.
Sniff for it.
Yeah. You can make an investigation check because you're listening
Okay.
to the source.
I want to make an investigation check.
I know I just reversed this, but you're just trying to hear if you hear something, just trying to get a general vibe whether you hear
Well-
something or something specific.
I'm looking for something pretty specific in this one cave we're in. I rolled a 6.
A 6. Okay. No, you don't hear any sounds of rushing water.
Okay.
All right.
And those of you with the higher passive perceptions, you don't hear any sounds of rushing water either.
Okay.
I miss Lil. I miss Lil. I miss Lil. Because I rolled a natural one. I have +0.
I don't.
my
Your
modifier?
recollection of Lil is probably different than mine because I remember her wearing a lot of natural ones and things too.
Yes, but I could re-roll them.
That's true. That is true. I forget that. You just rolled a lot of them twice in a row.
Harsh. No. Yeah,
You-
so I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Bonked my head on something.
Yeah, because I'm assuming you don't have like a +10 to your investigation.
I got a +0. So
yeah.
doing real
So
good.
1. Yeah, you really can't find a source to this. Like I said, there are chambers leading out of this room, or
Yeah.
small little kind of passageways leading out that you guys can investigate if you want.
I have a
Yeah.
+10 to my investigation.
I have a +7 to my perception, so you should investigate.
Let's
I should
trade.
succeed, and let's call it good.
Hey, come look at this. I'll go look at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do want to look at the little side passages and maybe try to tell which one the two people went down,
Okay.
or that more traffic has been trafficked more.
Sure. So you fan out. Let me get some sort of marching order, like who's going with who. Are you guys all traveling as a group, or is it just one of you? Are you all fanning out and looking separately?
I'm sticking with Cordelia because I can't see Nikes. So
Yeah, so then I guess Team Dark Vision is probably sticking together.
Yep.
Might wander off and just poke at things with his cane, flip some fabric around, move some debris over, but
Okay, Edzon, Sebastian, and Clove and Cordelia. Perfect.
Can I send I don't know if we're doing anything else in this cave, but can I send Hecate with Team Dark Vision down the tunnel so I can see what they're doing?
Sure. Yeah, and essentially you're fanning out in a large circular room, so you can kind of, well, those of you with dark vision can you can definitely see where Cordelia and Clove are because they're a big glowing beacon right now. You two lose track of where Enza and Sebastian are.
Probably knowing this once they're a little bit out of range, Seb just kind of goes, ooh. Spooky."
Gonna shove him.
Perfect.
I will sit on you.
So we'll say, just kind of picking these randomly, there are 12 other chambers in this room.
Roll a 1d12.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, if we're fanning out, then I'm gonna send Hecate down some of them just to like peek. So this
Yeah,
will
and
go
they're not
faster.
really, what you learn fast is each one of these is not like a it doesn't look like a tunnel. These look like small like shops and other like trying to think, homes that would have once been portioned throughout this market square, this trade center. 7 of them are just collapsed, and you can't really get anything inside. There's rubble and everything's sort of built up in there, and you can't see anything within them, and you can't really enter, much like the tunnels, the larger tunnels that led out of here. 3 of them, which we'll say Cordelia and Clove, the 2 of you find a couple of these, are pretty bare. There are a few like stone benches, tables, some rotted crates that probably once contained like spices or grains inside of them. Nothing really that out of the ordinary or important. Sebastian and Enza, the 2 of you find one that the door itself is actually closed. It looks like there's like a stone slab kind of in the way, and it's kind of blocking your entry. However, with just a little bit of a weight behind it, doesn't actually take a check or anything, you're able to slide that open, revealing a larger interior store here. And as far as you can tell, it appears to be some sort of like stoneworkers' chambers. There are some shiny and glistening like geodes and other like marble slabs throughout, that some of them kind of like partially carved. And as you kind of fan through the rubble here, you begin to find some valuable things and some like more interesting things around the mix. Behind or partially on top, some of them have fallen behind the counter. You're able to find 5 intricate marble figurines that are carved in the likeness of like a bloated fish. And they're pretty, I mean, the craftsmanship is pretty good on those. You imagine they might be valuable to the right collector. And sifting through some of the rubble there, you can also see some of the some other materials that were probably used to make some of these statues. You do find kind of scattered throughout this shop, there are some pearls that are kind of buried amongst the rubble. All in all, you're able to find about 10 of those.
I think probably what would have happened is, because you had mentioned there were sacks up above, Seb probably would have taken one, encourage everyone else to take one as well, so we can start gathering what artifacts we can find.
Sure.
And so gather up the pearls and those figurines especially, and then maybe other geodes and such as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, before that, conferring with Enza. What do you think? Are we better off taking this stuff now or putting the door back in place and coming back once we clear out whatever's down here?
I think we'd probably collect them and then leave them in a pile where we can find them.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so you put them in the bag and then put that sack maybe like near the lift or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so they said 7 were collapsed. Cordelia and Clove looked at 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We
There's this
found one of the big ones.
So what about the other one?
I'll get to that. Cordelia and Clove, the 2 of you check out essentially the final chamber. This one you enter, there is staining across the ground that indicates that there was a lot of blood in here at some point. And that's a little disconcerting at first until I think Cordelia, with your history check before, looking around and seeing kind of the structure of the room, you realize this is probably something akin to like a butcher's chamber. Some sort of food preparation person for the Kuatoa. What Kuatoa eat varies. But this was probably used in some sort of for some sort of butchery needs. Make an investigation check.
Finally.
Natural.
28.
I got a 19.
Nice.
Better than a 1.
So I'll give you each one thing here because you both rolled really well. Cordelia, you notice as you're kind of walking through here, there is a section of the wall which you see like a fine crack around that looks like there is a piece of the wall that might kind of pull away.
Okay.
You pull it off.
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell Clove what they found first.
I'll do that after.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go and try to like very carefully. I'll use my mage hand to help me to see if I can like shift it.
okay. Yeah, it's not very heavy. You pull it off the wall, and it's about like a inch thick stone slab with a hollowed out interior behind it, and you see behind it a statue. Appears to be made of like brass or bronze, with 2 inset like emerald eyes to it, that appears to depict like a Kuatoan deity.
Clove,
What'd you find?
look at this.
Ooh. That's gotta be worth some coin.
You're telling me?
Those gems alone have gotta be worth some gold. I have no idea how much gems are worth.
I think maybe this
An
is the
amount
kind
of
of stuff
gold.
we're supposed to be taking back.
I think this will make the professor dude pretty happy.
You got anything?
Yes. What did I find, John?
Yes, I found a.
You find I'll do one other thing for Cordelia before we go, because I wasn't sure if you were gonna ask or if you were going to mention it. The deity that is depicted on the statue appears to be of and this probably makes you maybe a little bit disconcerted, a little bit less worried about what happened to these Kuatoa. The deity that this Kuatoa appears to worship is Dagon, who is actually, I think, by most arcane scholars, considered to be a demon lord or a demon prince. So it makes you maybe a little bit more happy in the destruction of these Kuatoa than you were previously, but that's your choice to make.
Well, they're not going to sacrifice us to a demon prince.
No, they're not.
It's my lucky day.
And maybe a little more clear on what the source of the blood might have been. But Clove, you see, as you're kind of going through the shop, you begin to feel a draft in here. And towards the back of the shop, there are some very rotted planks that are stacked up. And as you move some of them, you realize it looks like the wall towards the back of the shop has split, and there is a fissure that appears to lead somewhere else than here. It's pretty thin, maybe about 2 feet, 2.5 feet across. It'd be a tight squeeze for any of you, but there's
Especially me.
especially you. The others might not have as much trouble. You could all make it through, but it's there appears to be some exit to here.
Cordelia, I think there's something behind here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I can't see down here, and it's gonna move. I really hope I don't rip my outfit. Can we see? I know Hectet is
Hecate.
What's your Hecate? Thank you. I know it was I was gonna call it hectare. I'm like, no, that's like a measurement. Anyway, can we send the bat down maybe and see what you see?
Oh,
Make
yeah.
sure we're not walking into anything before I try to squeeze through here.
Absolutely. I will command Hecate to fly through the crack, and then I'll look through her eyes and see if I can see anything.
Okay, so you send Hecate through the crack, and she flies through very easily, navigating the this narrow fissure with her tiny form. Let me get this pulled up. And after about maybe 15 feet, it actually emerges into a larger tunnel. And you see the broken walls of several buildings, same kind of stone structure that you see within the chamber that you're in. Most of them collapse, but there's about like a 10 to 15 foot ceiling here, where it looks like these broken walls of a building and of buildings and structures that might have once existed and kind of built the city are supporting the rocks and earth and debris that seem to have crushed and kind of enveloped this city, forming a passageway that snakes forward. How far do you want Hecate to go? How far? I think it's like 100 feet that she can go until she can take visual.
I need to look. Scroll. Dang it. Yeah, I can communicate with them telepathically within 100 feet, yes.
Okay.
So about that far.
So she flies up, and it looks like the passageway continues, and then you reach the point where it breaks off, and you reach the edge of your ability to communicate.
I tell her to come back, and I tell Clove what is up. More of a ruined city.
It's probably worth investigating, isn't it?
For sure.
Okay.
We should get the others.
Yeah, probably.
The two of
Plus,
you.
I don't want to carry a demon statue with me.
Yeah, that one's... It's creepy, right?
A bit.
I mean, it's worth money, which is good, but...
We'll be glad to get rid of it.
Yeah. Sell that puppy. Or fishy. Whatever.
We'll creep back out. Seb. Enza.
Find anything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dagon.
Can I roll religion on Dagon?
Sure.
I don't know if I'll potentially find out anything that we didn't already know. 17?
17. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it kind of similar to what Cordelia kind of innately knew. You maybe know more of a religious perspective on it. Dagon being a demon lord, also called Prince of the Depths, is sort of an aquatic-based demon creature. There are many cults that have centered around the worship of this demon, many of them being Kuatoa based or other aquatic, kind of evil aquatic creatures. Yeah, I mean, as far as all that goes, I mean, it's just sort of tied in with kind of horror stories of Kuatoa and I keep wanting to say Murlocs, but that's not what I'm trying to do. That's a different thing. Other evil aquatic creatures like capturing sailor folk and sacrificing them in horrible
Tyrants.
rituals. Yeah.
All right, well, that's not a nice guy, but looks like he'll sell for something, so let's consolidate what we found.
I'd very much like the Prince of the Depths to stay here.
Yeah.
And we find a passage.
Nice.
It's a tight squeeze, but you guys should have an easier time of it than I am.
We didn't find any secret passages, so my guess is whatever killed the people came from where you found. So
Well, hopefully they didn't summon a bunch of demons or something.
I mean,
Great.
it does smell like sulfur in here. Do you guys smell that now?
oh, that's what that is.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. What I know, it can catch fire.
Make a nature check.
Okay, let's see. Oh, Jesus, Louises. That's a 4.
Wow. Okay.
I need new dice. Okay.
Hard to
This is far enough back.
say. Hard to say.
Then.
Only one way to find out.
Right? Yeah.
I'll give you this as sort of a maybe a little bit more reasonable to just know. You don't know exactly what the substance is, but you gather if it had been combustible, it would have combusted when the ceiling was blown open.
Got it. Okay. Well, that works. How about I go first? Because if I get stuck, then you guys aren't stuck in the bad area. And then I'll just figure out a way to blow up the wall.
Well, is there a beastie that would make sense for you to turn into, or is that not worth it just for getting through? Something that would make sense for you to be when we get to the other side.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you can change into animals and stuff.
Yeah, I just worry about, I can only do it so often in a day, but let me see. Let me think about this. What can I turn into? I forgot.
Enza
Yes.
and Clove
Uh-huh.
both hear noise.
Oh, goody.
A noise like that?
A noise like that.
Oh no.
This sort of skittering noise off in the distance. And I think you both hear you both see some shapes moving, some very dark shapes moving around the corners of the chamber just beyond the light.
Like in the larger chamber or down the little tunnel?
In the larger chamber that
Oh,
you're in.
okay.
One of them kind of comes down. You just see a dark shape kind of moving down the wall, and then kind of disappearing in one of the abandoned chambers off to the side.
We're
think
about
that-
to have company.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
I don't know what it is for sure, but it's coming. It's over in that chamber. Oh God!
Another one
that
kind of-
noise.
Another one kind of
Scary.
shape kind of moves out from the chamber and then behind one of the pillars pretty close to you.
Well, as long as it doesn't need silver or magic.
I'm gonna try to get a better look. Can I try to stealthily go out there and take a peek?
Sure.
See if I see anything.
Sure. You make a stealth check.
Okay. 60?
16. Okay. You begin to sort of creep forward towards where you saw the creature moving. And I think you get pretty close to it. You see a dark shape kind of, again, right at the edge of one of those partially collapsed rooms. And as you approach, you think you see actually looks like a beetle or something, like a larger beetle, probably about a foot to 2 feet in length, which doesn't really concern you at first. These sort of creatures being pretty common, living underground, but it sort of twitches weirdly for a second. And as your eyes are adjusting and you're getting a little bit closer to it, it begins to turn, and you see one of its legs kind of fall off. And you see that there is this vibrant, kind of slightly phosphorescent green ooze that is kind of seeping out of some of the cracks in its shell. And then you watch as that ooze sort of attaches to the leg that fell off and causes it to kind of like snap back to the form of the body, kind of pulling the together, and then you realize this ooze is kind of holding the carapace of this beetle together, the probably dead beetle, to form this shell. And as you get closer, it turns and locks onto you. And there isn't a noise. It doesn't make any noise, but it immediately just starts to skitter straight in your direction.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to need you all to roll initiative.
Yay.
Back of the nasty bugs.
That's some good initiative. That's 21.
Ooh.
Change this. We've done this song.
Nope, this one's new.
Got cave ambience back on. Okay. And I will put the beasties on the board as two more also emerge, coming down the sides of the chamber and launching at the rest of you.
So these seem to have come originally from the secret passage that Clove and Cordelia found, or
No,
You don't know where they came from. They might have already been in the chamber and just
Gotcha.
been hiding. Okay, and I will roll initiative for them. All right.
So I'm picturing like Chihuahua-sized bugs. Is that about
Yes.
right?
Like small dogs, essentially.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, I need to change that to 19.
Now they're winning initiative from Clove.
Oh no.
So bad.
She's just having an off day. Or they.
It's
They're
okay.
having an off day.
Yes.
all right. Good initiative rolls, guys. Okay, that'll put it with Sebastian going first.
he's gonna run forward to the one that is lunging at Enza. Just gonna smack it with his cane to start.
Okay,
See how that does. That's a 19 to hit.
that hits.
4 bludgeoning damage. That
There's
was,
no damage. I'm just kidding. Yeah, actually, it was no damage.
Oh no.
that was a 1 on the damage die. Gonna follow it up with another cane smack.
Okay,
Another 19 to hit.
That
Much
hits.
better damage. 8.
nice.
And bonus unarmed strike. Kick it. Just try and boot it. 13 to hit.
That is not hit.
Okay.
Okay.
That time it hits the carapace, but doesn't get that. You don't get a full impact through it after 2 quick strikes with the cane, cracking the shell, causing more of the ooze to kind of seep out, trying to hold the carapace together. All right. That will put it to Enza's turn then.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to Slayer's Prey.
Okay,
The one that Sebastian just kicked.
sure.
And then I'm gonna pull out my axe and try to get it. I get advantage because it hasn't gone yet. That is 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. Oops, that was the wrong thing. Let's see. So I get 2d6. That is 5 slashing damage.
Plus the.
Oh yeah, plus another. Well,
Well, you gotta do
No, that
the
included it.
damage for the rifle too, right?
no, I'm not doing the rifle. I clicked that on accident. I'm doing the hand axe,
Oh,
which is
okay.
1d6, and then I get another d6 for I rolled 2 2s.
Okay.
Plus your strength mod, right?
Yes, so plus 1, so 5 slashing damage for first one, and
Okay.
then second strike. I have advantage on So I guess I get advantage on both attack rolls because I have an extra attack
Yeah, you get
Okay.
advantage on all your
because it
attacks.
hasn't acted yet. Okay, that's like 27 for this
Uh,
second hit.
Yeah.
All right, and that is another. Oh, that's a lot better. That is 10 slashing damage for the
Okay.
second hit.
All right. Okey-dokey. So you get the 2 strikes on again, kind of chopping through the caribous, leaving these big holes in the creature. Okay, that's it for your turn, which will bring it to them. So the one that is right in front of Enza and Sebastian is going to attack the 2 of you. So it's going to make 2 quick claw attacks. We'll do 1 at each of you. So Sebastian, that'll be an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Ouch.
And 13 against Enza.
Nope.
Okay. And then I think it'll follow up on this with a sting against Enza too. That's a 7. I can't hit you for some reason. So that'll be 8 points of slashing damage to Sebastian.
Okay.
You are also grappled by it as the pincer sort of locks onto you. I'd also
Biting
like...
your leg.
It's going to use its bonus... Oh, no. It's not going to do that. Can't do that. Okay. That is all... Oh, I forgot one thing. I'm not going to go back and do that. We'll do that from this point forward. The other 2, I don't know why I skipped to the next turn, are going to make their attacks. One is going to skitter up towards Cordelia, kind of flanking around from the back. It's a 14.
Nope.
And 13.
Nope.
Okay. And an 8.
Nope.
All miss. And the other one is going to attack at Clove. Actually, no, this one is going to not come immediately and approach all of you, but is going to angle. It's probably only going to be able to get 2 of you. I think it's going to angle at Clove and Enza.
Oh no.
And instead of approaching, it kind of like puffs up a bit, and then this stream of this goop comes streaking out, kind of in a line, and then landing almost on top of the 2 of you. And need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna slime us. Well, gosh, that's a natural 1.
Ooh.
So
I got a 4.
7.
Okay, you both failed. You both take 18 points of acid damage.
Ow. 18. Okay.
And that'll put to Cordelia's turn.
Okay, so there's one right next to me.
Yes.
Dang it. All my stuff is ranged. Why you do this, bug? I hate you.
There's one far away.
I'm going to... Man. So if it's a ranged spell attack, I have to roll with disadvantage. It's because it's right next to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really want to do that, but I'm going to do that anyway. Yeah, I'm going to try to firebolt it, see what happens.
Okay.
Please don't explode, little bug. Oh, wow, those are both really bad. The first one was a 2,
Ooh.
and the second one was a 1.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter anyway. I don't feel so bad about that, I guess.
Yeah, I think as you're trying to dodge out of the way, you concentrate on the firebolt, and you try to fire it off point blank at it. However, you're too focused on trying to dodge its attacks, and the firebolt goes kind of lobbing off into the corner of the chamber and striking the stone that
Dang.
way.
Well, that's it for me.
Okay.
Oops.
Clove's turn.
Well, Polly Pocket. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't know why I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do this. Knowing that Cordelia can't do much, I'm gonna go ahead and Thorn Whip the one right in front of her and try and pull it away.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. So. Does 9 hit it?
9 does not hit it. No.
Okay, great. So glad I did this. Well, that's annoying. That's my turn because I really don't have a bonus action that I want to use right now. So that's what I got.
Okay.
That's useless.
Sebastian, it'll be your turn.
Okay, question for you. I have the grappler feat that you've developed the skills necessary to hold your own in close quarters grappling. I get advantage on tackles against a creature I am grappling. I assume I am being grappled and it doesn't then qualify.
No, if you want to grapple in return, you certainly can do that.
Yeah, and I can do that as one of my attacks or it's as my action.
It would be one of your attacks.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to attempt to grapple it back. It's like, all right, you want to do this? Let's do this. So I guess I make athletics against it.
Okay.
That's a non-natural 20.
Nice. So it'll make a contested athletics or acrobatics. Well, it rolled a natural 20. So that'll be a 22.
All right. Oh boy. I guess I'll get you next time. And I'm going to press the button, get the sword to shoot out from the cane and try and stab it.
Okay.
That's a natural 1.
Ooh.
And now I'm just really upset at it, so I'm gonna flurry of blows it.
Sure.
So 1 key point and 2 unarmed strikes. Boop, boop. 17 and an 8 to hit
17 hits.
for 5 damage.
Okay.
Oh no.
And what I forgot last time is that as you hit it, part of the shell cracks and it sprays up some of that green ooze in your direction. You take 6 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Oh no.
Remember that time we thought the werewolves were gonna kill us? It's gonna be a bunch of gooey bugs in a cave, you guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, at least Hogarth and Pilar have each other.
Well, we might be rolling some new characters for the rest of you. That'll
Oh no.
you to Enza's turn.
Okay.
And you
Well-
see that happen with the melee attack.
The splash. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's one on Cordelia. The one that slimed us is kind of farther back.
Mhm.
I am going to pull out my rifle and shoot at that one.
The one that's with Sebastian?
No, the one that's far away, and then one at the one that's up on Cordelia.
Okay. Okay, so the other
Pew
two.
pew. And so first shot, that's a natural 20 for the first one.
Nice.
And then the
Yeah.
second shot is 18.
Both hit.
Okay, so I get to roll 2d10, which means it's 4d10,
Yeah.
right? Double the dice?
Yep.
Okay, so that is 12. 27. 30 points of piercing to the farther away one that slimed
Whoa.
us.
That's real good.
And then for the one in front of Cordelia gets 18 piercing.
Also real good. Okay. 2 shots, both piercing the carapace of those 2 slime beetles, which I'm just going to tell you the name, called Skitterhaunts, which I love. So Yeah. So 2 of them have now
That is
taken.
nice.
So they've all 3 taken a lot of damage at this point. And anything else with your turn?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna not do anything with my bonus action. But maybe if I could glance around and see if there's any other ones.
You look around. You don't see any others approaching you right now.
Okay.
Thankfully.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. That'll put it to the Skitterhaunt's turns. So we got one with Sebastian,
Mm-hmm.
who I guess is just going to wail on you. Yep. Be 2 claw attacks. It's a 15 and a 16.
Both hit.
That'll be a total of 14 damage.
Okay.
And then it's Sting, which is an 18
That hits.
for
Oh,
7
no.
piercing damage.
For 7.
Yes.
I'm still alive.
Oh boy.
The other 2 are going to make their attacks. Let's see. Yeah, one of them is going to do, I guess it's attacks at Cordelia again, because you're just sort of ninjaing around over there. Well, out of its 3 attacks, only 1 hits. So it takes 2 attacks with its claws and 1 with its sting. One of its claws does catch you, Cordelia,
Okay.
dealing 5 slashing damage,
Okay.
and you are grappled.
Great.
And the other one is by Clove, which after taking that shot, it might just leave Clove in that moment and go after, kind of start skittering towards Enza. Yeah, we'll do that because Clove isn't here.
That works.
You leave the table and you get a reprieve. It'll go after Enza,
Bring it.
and make some attacks against you. I think 2 of them do hit. It's a 21 and 18 with its claw attacks.
Yeah, those both hit.
So that'll be a total of 13 points of slashing damage, and then the sting misses.
Okay. 13, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Cordelia.
Okay. Man, this guy's got me. Ugh. I'm gonna. Ew. These things are disgusting. I'm gonna magic missile the one that's holding me.
Okay. What level?
Just 1, I think.
Okay.
How many is that? 3?
3d4 plus 3.
Whoa, that's really good. 13.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. All 3 magic missiles obviously streak out unerringly and strike at the Skitterhaunt, blowing more of the carapace off of it.
Cool. That's all I got.
Okay. Clove, is it your turn?
Okay, hi. Sorry. I will hit something. I promise. Fudge. I'm gonna go ahead and. Yeah, sorry, because my brain is. Winnie's got a fever, so I'm now like totally disconnected in my brain now.
all right.
I'm gonna go ahead and thorn whip the one. Okay, yeah, can the one that looks most damaged.
That'd be the one that's on Cordelia right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and thorn whip that one again
Okay.
and try and pull it away from her. 12 plus 7, 19.
That hits.
Yay, I hit something. And that's 7 points of piercing.
All right.
And I want to pull it 10 feet away from her.
Okay. I'll say it releases its grapple when you
Oh,
pull it.
good.
So yeah, Cordelia has been pulled away from you at this point.
Yay.
Okay. And that'll bring it back to Sebastian.
Okay, I assume disengage doesn't automatically break the grapple.
No.
Okay. Because otherwise my flurry of blows would have let me get out of that. Yeah. Because grappling reduces my movement to 0. But, okay. So I guess I'm going to use my action to try and escape this grapple.
Okay.
So acrobatics check. Come on. 15.
15 is enough.
Okay. So that's my action. Oh boy. And I think I'm going to spend another key point to do patient defense. So I get the benefits of the dodge action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stay there rather than give it the chance with the attack of opportunity. But
Fair.
I'm now out of its grasp.
Okay. So yeah, but you do go in the patient defense, giving you hopefully the opportunity to dodge it. All right. That will end Sebastian's turn. Enza, back to you.
Okay. I've got a couple more shots. I think I'm gonna shoot that one that Sebastian just got away from.
Sure.
14?
14 just hits.
Oh, sweet. All right. Then this is the one I had Slayer's Parade earlier, so I could do an extra 1d6 to it. So that is 14 piercing damage.
Nice. Okay. And your second attack?
I'm gonna get it again.
Okay.
Just gonna shoot it twice. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna hit. 11.
11 will miss.
Pew. Okay. All right, and that is. I think that's it.
That's
yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it.
All right. That'll put it back to the Skeeter Haunts turns. So we got the one against Sebastian, which is going to make its attacks with disadvantage against you now.
Yep.
Well, disadvantage saved you. Because those missed. Yeah. So that makes its 3 attacks at you, but you focusing dodge out of the way of each one of them. Okie dokie. That ends that one's turn. The other 2, I think one of them is going to attack. I think is going to go to I'm debating. I think it's going to go towards Clove because you pulled it towards you. It's going to make 2 attacks against you. It's an 11 and a 9, so I think those both miss you.
Yep, they do for once.
Stay. Another 11. All right. Okay. And then the last one is still up in Enza's face, so I guess it'll attack you now.
We're making a comeback.
Hmm? Also, I should have asked these earlier. Are these beasts or monstrosities?
Neither.
Got it. Good to know.
It's hard to tell right now, but you can check if you guys survive this fight. You might be able to check afterwards and see what they are.
Ooh.
That was
Yeah,
actually a
thanks.
13 and 9 and a 13 against you, Enza.
Yeah, no.
Okay, their good rolling streak is over. Cordelia is up to you.
They used it up on me.
Hey, which one looks the worst?
The one that was wailing on you, or was trying to wail on you.
Cool. That sounds good. I'm gonna firebolt that one.
Okay.
It's now over by me, so you should not have it at disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's really bad. 10.
That misses.
I don't do anything else.
Okay.
I curse a lot.
You fire another firebolt. It goes wide, though, having a hard time focusing in this dark light, this dim light. Clove, back to you.
Okay, well, shoot. Okay, I'm gonna try something different this time. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Flaming Sphere right behind the one that's in front of Enza,
Okay.
so that it doesn't get Enza. So basically, that the beetle is in between the sphere and Enza, because it's got to be cast to an unoccupied space.
Okay.
And and then I'm gonna move it basically kind of into the creature's space. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to use your bonus.
Oh wait, no,
action.
yeah, I'm just gonna cast it right behind the beetle, because it'll be at the end of the beetle's turn when it can take damage, as long as it ends.
Well, you can use your bonus action to slam it into the beetle too.
Okay, well, let's do that. I like that.
Yeah, and we haven't had the spell come up yet in any of my games, but we have come up with our sort of house rule on this: is that you can strike more than one creature with the flaming sphere, if you can pinball it.
Yes, please.
So you could probably get 2 of the beetles with it.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so you can get the one. I think it'll be the one that was going after Cordelia. So the one that's right up on you, and then the one with Enza.
Yep.
And they both need to make
Dexterity
saving throws.
DC 15.
That's a 2 and a 13, so they both
Yay!
fail. And then so it's
D8, right?
what level did you cast it at?
No, just I did it regular or at second level, so 2d6.
Yeah.
Here we go. 8 points of fire damage.
Okay. Perfect.
And then I'll just leave it right behind the one at Enza, so it can do some more damage, maybe, hopefully.
Oh. Okay, perfect. That'll put us back to the top of the round. Actually, because it's 5 o'clock right now, I want to go ahead and take a break and not do that too late. So we're at the top of the initiative order. Let's go ahead and take a break. And we will come back and see if the party is able to get out of this encounter with these creatures, and what tricks they might have up their sleeves to do so. We'll be right back, everyone, so stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thank you for bearing with us on our break. And now, back to the action. So, kicking off back to the top of the combat order as your party is being surrounded by these beetle-like creatures filled with this ooze substance. That puts us to Sebastian's turn.
Yep. So I think I may have a bit of a way out of my current conundrum.
Okay.
Before attacking the one right up on me, I'm going to take out one of my throwing knives, and I assume at least one of the others is within 20 feet of me.
Yes.
So going to throw it there, even though it'll be at disadvantage because I'm in melee with another one.
Okay.
So this is an attack action.
Yes.
So throwing knife, come on, 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Okay, I guess going for the one we seem to have been ganging up on.
Yeah, the one taking the most damage.
For 6 piercing damage.
Nice.
After doing that, before I do my second attack action, going to do bonus action Flurry of Blows. Because I'm the Drunken Master, I get the benefit of disengage as part of this. So gonna quickly 1-2 the beetle next to me before taking my now 50 feet of movement away from it.
Okay.
I don't know if that will somehow let me avoid any of the splashing.
If you take the splash damage when you hit it, so.
Okay, we'll see. I may about to stumble and fall away from it. But so that's an 18 to hit and a 16 to hit.
Okay, those both hit. So 14.
So 14 damage total.
Okay.
So I guess I take 2d10 acid.
Well, that's a 9 and a 7.
I am. So the first one knocks me out. So I guess the other one does.
We'll say they both go through. It'll be We'll just say they both go through. They both carry you carry through enough with the punches, and as the acid seeps in, you kind of begin to stagger back, and this like that white sort of pain hits your eyes. The time you spend in the ring, like you know you're about to fall unconscious, and you begin to stumble, and then Sebastian falls onto his back like a sack of potatoes.
And I assume it's still alive. I didn't manage to take it with me.
It's real rough. Two of them are real rough.
Fun.
But they're still up.
Still up. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Which will put it to Enza's turn.
Well, seeing some go down, I'm going to take another shot at that one.
Okay.
21.
21 will hit.
Okay. This is still the one that I Slayer sprayed. That is... Wait. Oh yeah, sorry. 13 piercing damage.
13 piercing damage. That one does go down now.
Oh, good.
So that Skitterhaunt explodes into gore, and explodes in the sense that you deal a lot of damage to it, and
Okay.
the bottom sort of ruptures, and the acid spraying behind it in this big sort of Nickelodeon style blue goop stream.
Ew.
So it leaves you with 2 Skitterhaunts remaining. One of them looking real bad.
Okay. Well, I'm out of shots, and so it's a bonus action to reload.
Yes, it's a bonus action reload.
Okay. I'm gonna use my second attack to huck my hand axe at whichever one is closer.
The one that's closer is the one that's been attacking. That one's not so bad, but then there's the one that's really rough. That is over by Cordelia and right now.
Yeah.
It's Clove.
Okay, well, I guess I could run up closer because I've only got 20 feet on this hand axe.
Okay.
So, run up closer to it, huck that axe at it. This is my extra attack. Ooh, 24.
That hits.
Okay, hand axe does. I'm looking. I think I can move my Slayer's Prey thing to another. Let me see. So I can designate a different creature, I guess?
Uh,
Yeah, so it's a bonus action. Okay, so I could use my bonus action to do that one. I don't like move it like Hunter's Mark. I just like
okay.
Do
How long
it.
can you?
It doesn't say.
Yeah,
Huh.
with the hunter, you can just do it.
Okay, you just do it, and it lasts on that creature until you take.
Until
okay,
that.
that makes sense.
Okay. So it's kind of like Hunter's Mark, but slightly
Worded
different.
strangely, but I understand it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can bonus action to mark it out.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to bonus action to do that one that I'm attacking right now.
Okay.
And then let me roll the damage for that. So that's 2d6 plus my dex. That's 12 slashing.
Okay,
It's
and
like,
that was
Huck
gone
that
now.
hand axe at it. Yes.
So you get your double kill,
Yeah.
kill chain, combo breaker. You take out 2 of them in quick succession, leaving the one remaining.
Okay. Excellent.
Awesome. So that brings us to the final Skitterhawk, which that one will take damage at the beginning of its turn, I believe.
End of its turn for the flame. Yeah. It
Okay.
has to end its turn within 5 feet of the sphere.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. So that will it's going to move then towards Oh, no. This one was the one that was going after you initially,
Yep.
Enza. So I think I'll have it do. It'll keep going after you. So it's gonna make. Yeah. So it's gonna run after you, Enza. It's gonna make its attacks.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, that's a 20, a 20, and a 19 to hit.
Oh, those all hit.
So that's 20 points of damage total.
20?
Yeah, 7 plus 7 plus 6.
Is there any way I could absorb elements part of that damage? I don't know how this spells work. Okay, so no, not the acid.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am down.
Do you have your relentless endurance as a half orc?
No, because of other things. So not really.
Nope.
No.
And
other things that have not been.
As the beetle turns on you and just unleashes fury across you, you take a number of hits, and Enza also goes down. Which will put it to Cordelia's turn.
Wow, does that ever change what I was gonna do?
Yeah, because 2 of your party are now unconscious.
Holy shit.
I can get one of them if you can get the other.
Look. So it's only the one beetle left, right?
Yeah, only the one beetle
Yeah.
left.
How bad does he look?
Was looking,
What do you
looking
call
rough.
a beetle? I'm gonna...
In this case, it would be fine.
Oh, frick. I'm gonna... oh, God. I really don't want you guys to die. I'm gonna Scorching Ray it at 3rd level.
Okay,
And
so
try to
4
make it
attacks.
explode. So I got 4. One of these has gotta hit, right?
One of them.
That's an 11.
Total misses.
Yes, total.
Whoa, sorry.
Times 2! 11.
Make the rest of your attacks.
That's way better. 17?
Hits.
Natural 20!
Hits.
And 24.
Hits. So the last 3 hit, one of them dealing double damage.
20. Okay, so that is 4, 8, and then 22 total fire damage.
Okay, 22, all of them added up.
Yeah.
All right, 20 points of fire damage. It's still up, but it is really, really rough.
Clove!
Um,
Can I move?
yes, you can.
I'm gonna get in between where Sebastian is and where the beetle is.
Okay, you interpose yourself between
Yeah.
2. Okay,
The
Clove
beetle
it is.
take damage from the flaming sphere at the end of its turn.
It
Was
moved.
that a different one?
It
It
moved
moved
out
away,
of
so it's
away
not-
from the flaming sphere.
Okay,
Yes.
so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm. How close am I to Enza?
Within running range,
Okay.
you can move to her.
I'm gonna go ahead and run to Enza and do a 3rd level Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
So let me. Sorry, I'm one-handed trying to maneuver a computer. I can do it. Really, I can. Here we go. Cure Wounds. There you are. And at 3rd level, submit. There you go. I did 16 points of healing
Nice.
to Enza. And then I will go ahead and take the sphere and run the sphere into the other beetle, hopefully avoiding any of my friends.
No, you can do that. So it'll make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Not very dexterous beetles. That it fails, so it takes 2d6
Yay.
damage.
2d6. Here we go. Ooh, 8 points of damage. Does it kill it?
Not yet.
Oh my gosh!
It's still up.
Okay.
Okay. Clove, that is the end of your turn then.
Yep.
Sebastian, make me a death saving throw.
All right, there's a 5% chance. Come on. That's a 12, so that's a success.
Success. That's good. Enza, you are conscious,
Cough, cough.
if not prone.
Yes. Shoot, when I threw my axe.
You did.
Yeah, I'm going to, let's see. How within 60 feet. Okay. I'm gonna sit up and see that Seb is still down. And I'm going to use my bonus action to cast healing spirit.
Okay.
So I sort of like in casting it, and this this sort of transparent wolf appears. And
Okay.
kind of like is sort of standing near him, and yeah, because he's within 60 feet. So it's there, hanging out by him.
And then I think if it appears in his space, whenever a creature you see moves into the seer space for the first time on a turn or starts to turn there, so he'll be healed, or you can go and roll healing for him.
Okay, so it's 1d6. A 6.
All right. Sebastian, you gain six health damage.
And then I'm wondering if I could like use my action to sort of help Cordelia or whoever is going to be attacking it next. Like maybe I could harry it or something.
No one ever does help in combat. I need to check. We take the help
What does
action.
it mean?
The creature you aid gains advantage on the next ability check it makes to perform the action you're helping with, but it makes the check. The attacking creature, you can feign distract the target. So you have to be within 5 feet of the creature. So if you want to move within 5 feet of it, you can you can help.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll get up and get up in there and pull
Okay.
out. I've got, I'm just like hitting it with my gun or something.
Sure.
Pretty
Sure,
long.
sure. Yeah, you just start trying to bash into it and get its
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Which will put it to its turn. I'm debating whether it's going to turn around on you.
Oh no. Shoot, I thought she was next. Oops.
Here's what it's going to do. It's going to take one kind of quick... It's going to make an attack against you, and then it's going to try to kind of start running towards Cordelia.
Okay.
A claw attack. That's 21 to hit.
Oh no.
7 slashing damage.
For 7. Okay. I'm still up, but I need to do concentration.
Yep.
How do I roll? Do I just roll a d20?
Plus it's a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. Okay. Ooh, I'm pretty good at those.
Just need to roll 10 or higher.
Unless I roll a 1. So 6. Ah!
Wolf Bro is down.
Oh, well, he helped a little.
Yeah. Well, Sebastian is up.
Yeah.
And then the Skitterhaunt makes its way towards Cordelia and is going to make its last 2 attacks against you.
Okay.
12,
No.
21.
Yes.
10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
That ends its turn. It's your turn.
Is it within 5 feet of the sphere, or did it move? I'm sorry. I missed
It
that.
moved. It moved towards Cordelia.
Now it's right next to me again. I really need some melee stuff. I have a dagger, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah. But because I did the doing help, does that negate the disadvantage?
It
Of
would,
being close to you?
Okay.
So it'd just be a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
That works for me. I'm gonna try to Ray of Frost it.
Okay.
17.
Hits.
2d8. Of cold. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, if that matters.
Okay.
That's 10 points of cold damage.
It had 9 hit points left.
Yes!
Yay!
So
God.
you let this burst of frost energy down towards the Skitterhaunt as it comes like running at you and becomes slower and slower and slower and kind of crack, 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 and it stops and then just shatters into pieces across the ground.
Ow!
What the hell?
I need both Sebastian and Enza to make Constitution saving throws.
Ah, yes.
Oh, good.
Another one. I hope I don't roll a 1 again.
16?
Oh, that's better.
You're good.
15.
You're good.
Let's get back topside and talk about what the fuck just happened.
Good idea.
I start dragging Sebastian up off the ground, and as I'm doing it, I pop him in the back of the head and go, "Don't do that again. If I let you die in a cave, Pilar will never forgive me."
Yeah, she chased my ass into the afterlife, so it's a good thing I didn't die.
Let's go.
Okay. So you all get on the lift again and crank it and start raising back
Bye.
up.
Grab the stuff.
Us.
Grab stuff.
Okay, you
Grab
grab the
everything
loot.
you've gotten so far.
Okay. And you lift your way back up to the top. Out of danger once again. I'll turn off the creepy cave music then.
Thank you.
Okay. Actually, could I have like...
That's not the music I want. That's a little too upbeat for what just happened. We'll go with this.
Could I have grabbed some of the goo
Sure.
or some of the creature?
Yeah. So essentially when the carapace falls apart, there's just this like pile of green goo.
Yeah, maybe.
Like the center of a wonder ball.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a mess kit, so maybe I'll scoop some of it into the cup.
Sure.
So
All right.
it's cup of goo.
You got a cup of Skitterhaunt goo.
Okay. And then I hop onto the lift.
Okay. And you're all back up at the surface.
Well, everyone all right?
I will be eventually.
Sit
As good as
down.
could be expected.
Could be better.
Just means we should avoid getting up close to them.
Yeah, I mean, there was 3. I bet there's probably more of them. Or what would I know about these? Would I know anything about these Skitterhaunts?
Oh, you might. Make a. I'd accept either a nature or arcana check.
Probably nature. Yeah, nature.
Can I
Did
do
you
it
want to
too?
make one too? Yeah.
20 total.
Nice.
21 Arcana.
You just gotta one up everyone, don't you?
Take that!
Okay, so you do realize what these. I think both of you realize at the same time, and you're kind of like, Skitterhaunts. So essentially, what you were fighting, the outer carapace of that creature, it was a dead creature. The beetle that you're fighting was dead. The creature you were actually fighting inside of it was the parasitic ooze that was living inside the shell of the dead, mostly dead creature. Essentially, they are oozes, ooze creatures that infest beasts or vermin, and essentially animate their bodies and use them for survival.
Okay. Would we know if they're sort of like pack creatures? Like if we saw like 3 of them, would there be lots more? Or they tend to be more solitary? Would we know anything like that?
It kind of works like an infestation. Creatures are infected with some of the Skitter, when they are attacked or hit, a creature that can be infected by it, like a beast, would be infected, would gradually sort of begin to deteriorate from the inside, and eventually the Skitter haunt kind of gestates inside of it and then kind of takes control of the body, liquefying the insides. So there could be some down. There could be more. They don't really have a pact mentality, though. It's more of just like I said, like an infestation.
Okay. Got it. Well, maybe we should take this stuff to the professor and let him know. So we've at least figured out what's down there. Can we take another shot at it another time?
That might be for the best.
Yeah.
Some of you need to get some sleep.
Yeah.
A bit.
Let's take a minute here first before we head out. Stiff breeze could knock me over at this point.
Yeah, you don't look too good.
I've taken worse in the ring. But as he says that, it's kind of clearly, putting on a tough face. There's not normally acid in the boxing ring.
Probably not.
Not normally.
Can I try to look at him to make sure he doesn't have a concussion?
Okay.
I feel like I've seen you with a concussion before.
You look him over. If you want to make a medicine check, you can. There's no real advantage to it.
What is my medicine? 16?
Okay. No more of a concussion than usual.
Okay.
Usual.
So, before we head out, based on what I know of Podrick, do I think we need to try and lay as low as possible? Like, he's the type to be hunting us down as we speak? Or,
Oh, yeah.
like, how much can we go about other business?
Podrick, he runs pretty tight with the Nurians, obviously, he's in pretty deep with them. Is not like a high level officer or something, but a low level enforcer. He doesn't have a huge crew. Based on what you know about him, he typically operates in a pretty small area. It's actually weird, based on your knowledge of him, that he would be operating anywhere outside of the Rune Square area. So whatever's going on with him and Craig, it's not some his usual MO. But yeah, he doesn't usually go looking for fights. Fights usually come to him.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just let the rest of the party know. We should be pretty okay with Podrick as long as we stay away from Craig's shop or Nurian territory until this all blows over. But we're gonna want to deal with him sooner than later. But I guess let's see if this is enough to get us the essence gems from the professor, or if not, see about taking this on again after a good night's sleep.
Agreed.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Okay, so you head back to the university and go to speak with the professor. You make your way back up to his office on the upper floors of the history building. He's in his study still, and as you enter, he kind of leaning over his desk, scribbling out some more papers, sees you and says, "Oh, did we have an appointment?"
We do now.
Can I help you?
We came to talk to you about the creepy death cave that you sent us in.
Sort of adjusts his spectacles. Actually, I think he takes the reading glasses off and puts on his visual glasses. And he goes, "Oh, it's you. Oh, I've got, come in. Close the door. And so Dr. Engelward kind of gestures for you all to enter, and you all come in, sit, or stand, however you wish. And he says, "So, what'd you find? What happened?"
Well, we've got more than a few artifacts for you to look at. And we've also got a couple of questions about what we found down there.
Excellent. Well, tell me everything. It kind of begins to push the papers and the items off his desk, seeing that do you still have like sacks of stuff that you're bringing in? Mm-hmm. Okay. Kind of motions aside so you can put the sacks up on the desk.
Okay.
So do you tell him everything that happened down there? I don't know if you guys want to do it in character and summarize what happened, or
kind of like put the cup on the desk and be like, you got a skitter hunt problem down there.
A big one.
And he looks at the goo, says, I'm not very well studied on creatures. Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably more of them down there. We took care of a few, but...
Did you see any sign of the research team?
Not yet.
No.
Well, let's see what you have in the bags here. And Osa begins to take out the statues and some of the pearls and the you have everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Take
the
on the
statue and
figurines.
the 5 figurines and 10 pearls.
And okay, perfect. Looks them over and is very interested, I think, in the statue of the Kuatoan deity of Dagon. And says, "This is quite a find. I wasn't expecting anything like this down there. Kuatoan society is. There had been rumors of there being some findings of some sort of presence of these creatures that long having lived here before Gothford, obviously, and probably a few generations before some of the more recent kingdoms that had taken up residence in this region. Strange they'd be so close to the surface, though. This warrants further research and investigation. Did you find anything else down there besides this?
No, not really.
All right.
On any objects, but it looked like there was more to explore, but there's also a weird smell, kind of like sulfur.
You said there was more to the ruins down there than you were able to look at?
Yeah, there's some tunnels and stuff. We didn't get a chance to look before those skitter fellas got on us.
Well, I can certainly compensate you for what you've provided here so far. If you'd be willing to go back and see what else you could find, I would compensate you for those as well, equally.
We actually had some thoughts about that. We find ourselves in need of some of those gems that you promised quite quickly, so we'd be willing to take those now and come back for monetary compensation later upon further exploration of your tunnels.
Well, that certainly sounds fair. It'll take me probably a day or two to get the appraiser here and look over the have him look over the relics and determine their values to compensate you. So you've done very quick work. I can pay you up front with the gems now, and then why don't you return if you make a second attempt at the ruins? Come back with what you find. We can pay you those too. Why don't you meet me? I'll have the appraiser here. We'll say tomorrow evening, and if you have a chance to go and further delve into the ruins, then bring back what you have then. If not, then I'll pay you for what you've found already.
That seems more than fair.
Okay. The gems, though. I'll get those. 1 second. And he walks over to a cabinet in the corner of the room near the window, opens that up and begins to sort of rummage around in there, pulls out a black box, which he sets on top of the cabinet, pulls out a set of keys from his pocket, opens up the box, and pulls out a small kind of sack of clinking objects. You can't see what's inside. He opens it up and sort of 1, 2, 3. There were more of you, weren't there?
Yeah, they got the shit kicked out of them a bit more than us. Didn't feel up to coming to this talk.
Understood. So I believe I said 1 for each of you. So that'll be 6 in total. All right. Zipzer pulls the drawstring close, closes the box and puts it away, and then walks over and sets the bag on the desk in front of you. Well, that's 6 essence gems for you to disperse how you wish. And if you need anything further, let me know.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow, either way.
Yes, tomorrow night.
And tomorrow night. You all have a pleasant rest of your morning.
You got a garbage in here?
He kind of looks around and says, here, and pulls a wastebasket from underneath the...
It's gonna dump out the slimy goo. It'll probably start stinking soon, so you might want to get that chucked sooner than later.
Thank you. And puts it, I don't think back under the desk, like puts it in the corner. And you all leave, heading back out onto the campus. What would you like to do now?
Well, not bad for a day's work.
Nope, but I don't think our day's quite done yet. I want to make sure the Essence Loom is still intact. Otherwise, these gems are worth shit to us.
Well,
Let's,
True.
let's collect Hogarth, Peeler, and Craig, and then sneakily check back the shop, make sure Podrick and his goons didn't wreck it out of spite.
even if it is wrecked, they're not entirely useless, but Craig does make our lives significantly easier.
The shop too is just like across the street from where you're at right now. If you wanted to go there before heading back, but
Yeah,
Are there like payphones?
Yeah.
Or like, are they all okay?
I'm okay with there being payphones.
Like just scattered about. Well, maybe we could try calling at Clove's place, see if they can come over there. Don't have to make a trip needlessly.
I can also pop in to the shop quite inconspicuously if we don't want to take everyone.
Yeah, I think it'd be good if we stake it out for a minute before we try going in there.
I can disguise myself and just go on as a passerby and not make myself look known at all.
I can do you one better. I do that.
Boop.
And turn invisible.
Okay.
Show off.
Do you go?
I
over
heard
to-
that.
Are you gonna head over to the
Yep.
shop?
I just leave.
Okay. So you walk across campus, invisible, which is interesting. Hear a lot of half conversations along the way.
Anything interesting?
Nothing more than maybe some young college students sitting on, maybe sitting on the quad, talking to each other.
I was
Nothing.
gonna say I try to pickpocket them, but I'm not gonna try to steal from college students.
Yeah, you
That's
probably
too
don't
mean.
you don't imagine you'd find. Well,
Even for
I say,
me.
I mean, these are the students who'd be attending university be like the upper crust. So, if that changes your opinion, but anyway,
No, I'll just go.
okay. You head to the side of campus where Arlington's Antiquities is. It's just maybe a block over. As you arrive outside the shop, you do notice a couple of things. There are a couple of GPD officers that are outside the shop, kind of mulling about right now. There's a crew that's cleaning up some of the glass off the street, and it looks like there is a little bit of investigation going on over here into what happened.
Are they saying anything?
You
To each
catch
other?
little bits of conversation. Most of it probably at this point gathers you they've been here for a couple hours, and it looks like they're in the later stages of tidying things up. There's an officer who's speaking to the shopkeeper next door and says, you hear it's like a small, older dwarven woman, and you catch a bit as you go past, and she's like, Craig's always been such a nice boy. I don't know why he'd be involved in all. I hope he's okay. And the officer is just like, I'm sure he's all right, ma'am. We need to find him. If you see him, make sure you tell him to get in contact with law enforcement so we can file the report. And you catch that as you go past. There's like one officer inside that is kind of walking around, looking over the store. Like I said, it looks like most of the investigative work has been completed at this point, and they're just kind of clearing out.
I'm gonna try to slip in the back.
Okay. You go around the back of the shop. The bay doors still open. You see the mess in the back from where Gura was pulling over some of the bookshelves and stuff. And you can see everything seems to be in there. Everything seems to be intact. The cash register looks like it was busted open. You gather that anything, and looking around, it looks like anything of any monetary value, gold, anything made of any precious metals, has probably been taken. However, the essence loom is still there.
Great. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. And you head back, meeting up with the rest of your group, who probably has meandered a bit closer.
Yep, I sneak up on Sebastian.
Make a stealth check.
That's really good. Hang on.
With advantage, because you're invisible.
24.
No, I think that beats your passive.
Yeah, and I don't think I can even roll that high. Like a nat 20 would only be 22.
Yeah.
Oh man. So sneak.
I sneak up behind him and I make the ghost noises that he was making down in the tunnels, like right next to his head. And then I duck.
Yeah, I think I would, half-hearted, just elbow back that way. So, what did you find?
Well, it looks like they took all the gold and anything of monetary value, but the loom's intact, not missing. Looks like it still works.
That sucks for Craig.
Yeah,
That was stolen stuff, but at least the loom's still there.
we'll call it his penance.
Well, if the cops are there, they're probably gonna, make sure it doesn't go missing, so I think we're probably good to get some shut-eye, get to it in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Let's stop back in at the joint, let them know what's up.
All right. So you all, one way or another, make your way over to the clothes laundry joint. Arriving there at this point in the day, it's
Yeah, what time?
it's sun's probably set at this point. I'd say it's probably 8 o'clock or so. It's getting pretty late in the day. Given everything you've done today, investigation,
Been a long day.
driving around, collecting all the relics, the fight with Gura, going down and exploring yeah, you've done a lot today. Yeah, you make it back to the.
Does anyone else feel like this day has been like 2 weeks long?
It's been a
Very
long one,
much
yep.
so.
And I think as you enter the, let me change to the closed laundry joint soundtrack.
Has its own theme song.
Yeah.
All right.
It's hopping in here.
It is. There's a lot of people in there. It's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. So
Taco Tuesday, close.
Tuesday, let's do it.
it is Taco Tuesday at Close. And as you enter the store, you see Hogarth, you see Pilar, both sitting at a table with Craig and Haran.
Oh, we probably look like shit.
You do.
Oh no.
And I think as you enter, I think Haran probably sees you coming in first, always keeping an eye towards the door, his back towards the wall. Waves over, and as you come walking over, says, "Well, you all look like stomp shit. What happened?"
Skitter haunts happened.
Oh, get her what?
Zombie goo bugs.
With acid.
Emphasis on the goo.
You're just making that up, right? Those don't
Nope.
exist.
I'll kind of show some of my residual acid burns.
Ugh.
Yeah, not fun.
Where did you come across something like that?
The death cave that the professor wanted us to check out.
Ugh.
Death Cave is an accurate statement.
And the worst part is we gotta go back.
Well, I hope the pay looks like it's going to be good. I know this one didn't have a set price. I assume since you're doing all this work that you already talked about pay with, right?
Plus, I think it's a bit of an issue of pride.
At this point, just remind me not to wear one of my good caftans.
Right?
Well,
Todd and his goons gave us less trouble than a couple of bugs.
yeah, Hogarth Hogarth was filling us in on a bit of all that. Sounds like you guys had a pretty rough time out there.
It's been an eventful day.
Yeah. Maybe suggestion. Go get some silver before you try tussling with the Nurian. I didn't think I had to say that.
Yeah,
but
well.
in case you need me to say it again, if you're gonna tussle with the Nurian, get some silver.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to come with us?
No,
Since
that's
you're so
not
skilled.
Nope. I'm just here. I'm just the pretty face that brings in the work.
Yeah, it's not like we actually planned on having fun with some were creatures today, but it happened.
Sure. And I think Craig interjects here and says, my shop.
GP's there. They're looking for you, as to be expected. Valuables were gone, but the essence loom's still there, which brings us to our next point of business.
I don't even want to know. As long as it's still in one piece and it hasn't been burned to the ground.
It's there. Your neighbor's quite worried about you.
Oh. I suppose I should talk with Irma and tell her what happened, or a version of what happened. All right. Well, I'm glad to see you're all doing all right. I don't know how this helps us with Ura.
Well, we've got some weapons to discuss.
Oh. All right. I guess we can do that. We just have to go back to my shop. I can go by tonight and smooth things out with the GPD. I'd like to maybe have a bodyguard come with me. And just kind of looks over to Hogarth and shudders a bit, and then Hogarth kind of locks eyes with him and says, "I will go with you."
Yeah, you guys aren't best buddies already?
Hogarth has been very helpful in making sure I don't die. All right. Well, do you need anything else from me here?
Tonight, I don't think so. We'll see you bright and early in the morning.
We'll go smooth things over and see you tomorrow if Gura doesn't show back up. All right. He stands up from the table, Hogarth with him kind of towering over the man, and the two go walking out of the joint. Aaron says, "Jumpy fellow, that guy."
He's got reason to. He's got Nurians on his tail.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in his position either. So, which sort of brings us to an interesting dilemma here. You're at risk for putting yourselves in a pretty bad place with the Nurian by getting involved in all this, depending on where Gura's orders are coming from. Just thought you might want to think about that a bit.
I say fuck him, but that's personal bias speaking.
I'm not too attached to the dogs.
I mean, personally, I don't know why. It doesn't really seem like their MO. I don't know why Podrick would be dealing in this business, from what I've heard.
That's a very long leash for him to be all the way over in West Circle. Through the... What's the other faction called? The Zartano? That's... Either he's getting big for his breaches or something's happening.
Yeah. I might have advised, if you get the artillery to deal with Gura and whatever flunkies he brings with him, maybe talk either before or after.
Yeah, I think we need to look into this and figure out, but it'd be good to be better equipped next time.
I can also think of a few members of some other families that might like to know some of the Nurians are getting into their territory.
And, I mean, as far as I can tell, I'm not seeing any issues with the breach of the covenant at this point. I'm walking a fine line. Yeah, I guess find out what's going on and who's putting him up to this.
Did we tell Harn the other targets of this attack?
I think we told him last time that it was various lords and ladies.
Okay.
May have, yeah.
Let me
Okay.
double check.
Just
in
can't
my
remember what
encyclopedic notes.
we
I
told
don't think
him.
you've talked to Harn since you got all this information. I could be wrong.
I thought I called.
Oh wait, yeah, you might have called. Yeah, you
I
called
called
Harn.
I called the joint back right after when we were
That's-
headed to.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. So yeah, has been doubly informed of everything that's happened, and
Okay. And were the targets, did we know any other connections? Any of the families? We knew who they were, but we don't, like, do we know if they're
yeah.
connected?
Well, I think maybe you're talking to Harn about this, and he says, as far as I can tell, all the potential marks and the hits that were supposed to go off on these poor saps, all involved pretty deeply with the Mephistosi. I mean, I don't. Most of them seem to be pretty up there as far as involvement, the length of their involvement. Most of them have been here since Gothford was founded. Came in and have sort of built themselves up in their nice homes and finery up there in Upper Gothford. But I couldn't get any information on any other skeletons in their closet other than just involvement with the Mephistosi. So either somebody's just trying to mess with the fiends, or there's a bigger game at play.
I can't imagine the Nurian are much for jokes.
Yeah, that's if the Nurian are the ones that are calling the shots here.
Well, I guess we'll see.
So.
If it's high up in the Nurian family that's calling for this, and all of a sudden Gura's gotten a higher position, that would break the covenant, right? I'm understanding that right?
It's a little wishy-washy. The terms of it, as far as any of us know, the only people that really know the terms of the covenant are the ones who signed it. But as far as all the lower level people like us, we're just told we're not supposed to cross that line, that no outright aggression towards the other factions. Based on what I've heard, a lot of, I mean, you know how things are around here. There's infighting between and turf disputes, things like that. I think it's a little more complicated than all that. My guess is, as long as the big bosses aren't getting involved, that's all kosher.
Okay, well, my bell's been rung a couple of times, too many today. I think I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, definitely don't have the head for politics tonight. Not that I ever have the head for politics.
All right, well, you all,
I'm gonna stay and have a couple of drinks.
the rest of you have a wonderful evening, and let me know how the rest of that job goes. So those of you that head off to rest.
Yeah, I think Sebastian would want to wait around for Pilar, because even though she wasn't at, Craig's store, still worried about her having to go back home through Nurian territory.
Sure.
So was going to insist, or strongly suggest that she crashes at his place again.
Sure. Okay. So you and Pilar head back to your apartment. Sounds fair. All right. The rest of you, anything else you want to do, or?
Nope. I'm gonna go hit the sack.
Okay. Anything from Clove? Okay.
She's gonna go and get some sleep because she got the most, aside from being knocked unconscious, she got hit a couple of times.
Okay. All right. A couple of things. What are you doing, Cordelia?
I'm just gonna stay and have a couple of drinks
Okay.
for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some card tricks for some people. I just decided. Yeah.
Card tricks, or trying to trick them with cards?
Little column A, little column B. No, I don't think she feels like playing cards. I think that if anybody is kind of like hanging around or looks interested, I think she'll probably subtly kind of flip through them and do some like sleight of hand stuff. And if anybody's like interested in it, then I'll do some card tricks. Little like illusions and stuff.
Okay.
See if anybody will cough up some money.
Make a performance
for a
check.
little street magic.
Sure. Or I guess if you're proficient in performance, want to use that, you can use that. Otherwise, it would be a check with your playing card proficiency using charisma.
I don't have either of those things.
Oh, I thought you had a proficiency in playing cards. Oh.
No,
Never mind
it's
then.
just like an illusion thing. Because I'm an illusionist. That's a natural 20.
Nice. Okay.
21.
So you
And I use
take
minor illusion and stuff to do things. I don't know how to do card tricks in real life, so...
okay. So you spend some time sitting at the table and kind of dealing some there's some cards and kind of doing some chips where you know, like flick one in the air and catch it in your other hand, and you know, stuff like that for maybe originally some of the orphans that are hanging out in the
Yeah.
in there, yeah. And then maybe some of the adults get a little bit sort of interested in what's going on, and a couple of them, there's some applause and people very kind of cordially watching what's happening and very interested in what's going on. Probably a couple of people buy you drinks as a result, and
That works.
Drinks. I was going to say some people like give you gold, but that doesn't really, I don't think, fit the atmosphere here.
No.
They probably just offer to buy you some drinks. And towards the end of your little performance, we'll say, what's the name of the orphan? Samantha? Yeah. Samantha comes up and she slides a glass of wine, red wine, in front of you, and says, man at the bar wanted me to give this to you.
Oh, great. Thank you, Sam.
She walks away. You look over at the
I
bar.
try to side eye.
Okay. You see there's somebody with their back to you. Tall, thin man, black hair pulled into a ponytail that comes around like halfway down his back. Pretty thin, but with wider set shoulders, wearing a kind of full length black, almost like a trench coat. And he's sitting there at the bar, and I think you look at there's probably a mirror on the other side of the bar, and you both lock eyes with each other.
Oh no, I know who this is.
And you recognize, yeah, I think you know who it is.
Fuck.
He turns at the bar and looks over to you and kind of holds up his own glass towards you and nods.
I lift mine up too.
Do you walk over?
I will wait sort of stubbornly for a minute to see if he approaches me, and if he doesn't, then I'll walk over there.
I think there's an awkward bit of tension where he's not going to come to you and he's waiting for you to walk over to him.
Okay, fine, I walk over there.
Okay. You walk over, you see his very kind of angular, very pronounced features, high cheekbones, very pale skin, this glint of, I think, like silver in his eyes.
I thought by now you'd remember I don't drink wine. Well, often.
Well, I can only hope that your preferences might have improved a bit since your time away from home.
My preference is to not be in the same room as you. What do you want?
I was in the area. I thought I'd say hi.
Hi.
He kind of looks around the bar. This is very cute.
Isn't it?
Do you have anything to report in?
One of the Narian dogs is off his leash.
What else is new?
Well, apparently, according to a friend of mine, he's gotten quite far from home, and he's calling in hits on Mephistosi.
Interesting.
Extremely.
We could use that. Do you know anything else?
Got his name, the names of people he took out hits on. One of them didn't make it. Unfortunate.
I think he pulls out a small, like, black book and sort of slides it in front of you at the bar.
I use my mage hand to use my quill to write in it.
Okay, you give him the names.
Yep.
He says, all right. So the dogs bite their master's hand. Any idea why?
Not yet, but we're looking into it.
We.
Well, a couple of co-workers of mine, you could say.
You're working with people now.
Alongside.
I suppose they must be useful. Otherwise, what's the point?
They're interesting.
Well, don't go getting attached.
Like I could get attached to anyone with you following me around.
I don't follow. Just keep an eye out.
You stalk. Excuse me.
It's always pleasant seeing you, dear sister.
Do you need anything else?
No, I suppose not. Mother just wanted me to check it.
I'm sure she did.
We may have some work for you in a week or so. Just keep an eye out, I suppose.
You know where to find me?
Likewise.
Good night, Ashley.
Good night, Cordelia.
I walk away.
Okay.
Wait, I drain the entire glass of wine, set it on the bar, and then I walk away.
All right. You walk away. Do you leave the bar, or are you just going back to your table?
Yeah, I think it's time to go home.
Okay. You leave the bar.
It's a long walk. Not as long if I fly there on my broom, which I do.
Okay. Saddle up on your broom and go
Yep.
flying off into the night, like the witch that you are.
Yes. I look amazing.
Okay. So let's skip to morning. The rest of you, do you all just meet at the antiques store? Do you catch a cab over together? What do you do?
It was in
Oh, let me change the
West Circle, huh?
Yes, it was at West Circle. So let's change it to this.
I'm sure I just take a cab ride over.
Yeah, I think we'd probably just meet up there. I imagine Helgar just stayed there the night.
Yeah, I think you get there, and the police are gone. The windows have been sort of boarded shut until the glass can be repaired. And as you all come in, maybe you catch, because you don't all arrive at the same time, maybe you catch the last bit of a conversation as Cordelia, as Craig is telling you, he's like, and he just stood there by the door all night. It was the scariest thing in the world. I woke up at one point and he was just looking out at nothing. And I don't know how you do. And like Hogarth begins to walk into the room and he just stops. So, everyone's here. Glad to see you all seem to look much better.
Feeling better?
It's amazing what a night's sleep will do.
Good. Well, I have the loom sort of made sure everything's working, everything's oiled up. I think we're good to go with it, as long as you have the materials and know what it is you need.
So for things like silvering a weapon, would we need to have acquired silver ahead of time, or does the essence gem take care of that? Or
No. So essentially the way the essence gem works is, as long as you have the materials to make the item, it will create the item, and then the essence gem infuses the item with magic in order to, or the essence loom infuses the item with magic in order to enchant it. So essentially the deal being offered here is Craig's got a lot of items right now. He can provide you with the materials you need for anything, to create the items that you want. You just need to say right now. At least this time. In the future, you're probably going to have to actually buy the materials to do that.
Mhm.
Okay. So if I provided him with the hunting rifle I already have, he could make that magical?
He could. So the way that the gems work, one essence gem can create any common magic item. 3 essence gems create any uncommon magic item. 9 to create a rare item.
Okay.
You guys have 6 right now. You could create 6 common magic items, which would be basically useless in the coming fight. There are a lot of awesome common magic items, not trying to downplay those, but you essentially have the materials right now. You could make 2 uncommon items that could help out.
I'm okay. I mean, I can harm them with Thorn Whip and Flaming Sphere and stuff, so I'm happy to give up, quote-unquote, my essence gem for one of you who have a harder time.
Would it take 1 or 2 to make my weapons silvered?
Silver is not a magic enchantment. That would just be something you'd have to pay the cost of.
Yeah, I think it's like 100 gold or something like that.
Okay, but that's separate from the essence loom.
Yes, that is separate from the essence.
Yeah.
This is just to you could do a +1 enchantment to any existing item. Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, it's 100 gold pieces to silver a single weapon.
Oh, okay.
I think we're a bit away from that, so then I think that would make the most sense for Seb to get 2 to turn his weapon into a +1.
Here's one thing I'll offer here. Actually, Ed will throw one thing in the mix too. Craig says, when you're all kind of looking over this thing, trying to decide what to do, he says, one other thing. I know I offered you payment in addition to the use of the loom. As you can probably see, most of the valuables that I don't have 100 gold.
I'm pretty sure you offered us 2.
I'm pretty sure it was 100.
I'm not being shady. I wrote it down.
I'm pretty sure I listened to the recording of what I said, and I said 100. Did we change? I think you might have negotiated to 200, maybe. I don't remember.
That's what I remember, but I'll go back and
I'm
check.
trying to look back through my notes.
No.
I thought we did negotiate it to 200.
To 200.
I'll go back and check for sure.
You're probably right.
I just want to make it super clear that I'm not trying to be shady.
No, I agree. That you're probably, if you wrote down 200, I trust your notes. Like I said, I did a cursory. I didn't write it down, so I did a cursory re-listen. I heard 100, and then I stopped listening. So
That's funny.
So, okay, what he'll say is, I don't have the gold to cover. I can't pay you with that. I can offer services in silvering 2 of your weapons, though.
I think given the circumstances, that's fair.
Or I can create 10 pieces of silvered ammunition.
I imagine it's probably a better investment in the long run to make your rifle have more kick to it.
Silver your rifle.
Yeah.
So that you can hit them with it and deal damage. Sorry.
I want a golden gun.
That wouldn't be fair. Just one shot everyone. We can't do that.
No, it's more like Overwatch where it's just aesthetic.
Yeah.
It
Looks real pretty.
Yeah.
On his gun.
Better to make the rifle a +1 rather than the ammo.
I'm gonna agree with that.
And I wouldn't say no to making my cane +1, but also silvering it is also acceptable. And then maybe getting Hogarth a magic weapon.
Oh, I'm sure they would appreciate that.
Yeah, what is Hogarth. I just remember the revolver.
The revolver and the machete.
Oh, the machete. Oh, I forgot about that thing.
Oh god, a
Yeah.
magic machete.
That's all like bloody and scary already. Oh man. Okay.
I don't suppose we can ping Dylan and ask his opinion on this right
I
now.
think he's working.
Uh,
I'll text him and see if he responds before the end of the session.
We could. I think. Can we just say that we do one of Hogarth's weapons? Because there are things I would like, but I don't need them right now.
like what
I got
kind of
spells.
things?
I can live on spells.
Yeah, eventually I'm gonna need some better armor. Like I'm gonna need a +1 armor, clearly, because I get hit so easily.
Joke's on me. I can't
yeah.
wear armor.
I know you can't, but you have mage armor.
Yep.
Now look over for the list of +1 magic. A +1 armor would be a rare item.
So it would be like
Ooh, that's 10.
even more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Save
that's
up for
something
that
I'll
stuff.
save up for.
Yeah. So that would be it'd be 9 essence gems for that. So
me and Clove and I'm gonna say Pilar can probably live on spells too
Yeah,
for a while.
I think so.
And then we can. So
Where's-
we can magic Enza's gun, and we can magic one of Hogarth's weapons,
Silver, my cane.
and then silver the cane.
Yeah.
you could silver one other thing too.
Ooh.
Maybe silver the machete and magic Hogarth's revolver.
Or Enza's hand axe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have an axe.
We use that a lot.
So you could silver the hand axe.
and
and
magic
then-
the gun.
Magic
I have
the
a
machete.
dagger. Never.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Poke,
silver
poke.
the.
Never.
There's
use
also,
that thing.
I mean, there are other magic items you could make if you didn't want to, if you didn't need to enchant 2 things. Or you guys can make yourself some badass common magic items. You could have a cape of billowing.
So I can make me a wand of the war mage. I should get a wand.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait.
That'd be really
I'm
fun.
gonna pull up a list. I
Wands
don't
are
know
awesome.
what are fancy things.
Ooh, speaking of, I need to roll for my charges on my wand.
Oh yeah, because you took a long rest. Do
A
that.
wand of the war mage +1 is uncommon.
Yes, it is.
What does that do?
It gives me a +1 to my spell attacks,
Oh,
which is like all my spells, all my attack spells,
Yeah.
except magic missile.
And you ignore half cover when making a spell
Yep.
attack.
That too.
Let's see.
Nice.
Mithril armor is uncommon. Though I
Yeah.
don't.
I have that.
Wow, God, we should have thought about this before.
Oops.
Let's see.
Where's
The movable
the?
rod. Bag of holding.
Bag of holding might be worth it.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to have.
Let's see.
Yeah, we could put the werewolves inside it and just leave them in there.
We'll Toro them in.
Gauntlets of ogre power.
Ooh, I should get those. That would be funny.
Anyway, there's a lot of things that you could potentially craft using the essence loom. But if you wanted to, if you're focusing on being able to damage the inevitable cavalcade of creatures that you guys are going to be fighting that don't take damage from non-magic weapons or silvered weapons, you might
Yeah, we should
that might be the
focus on
better choice.
that. One day I'm gonna get a deck of illusions, but not today.
Yeah. How much does ammunition cost?
Give me a second, because I created a thing for that because it was not in the.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it's in roll 20.
Okay.
Create a handout. Yeah, firearm ammo pricing. Ammo for pistol revolver ammo, it's 2 gold pieces per 10 rounds. Rifle ammo, it's 5 gold pieces for 10 rounds.
Oof. Okay.
Shotgun ammo is 10 gold for 10 rounds.
Okay.
So if you want to go stock up, we don't have to necessarily RP you going and buying ammo.
Just need to do that at some point
Yeah.
because I'm getting low. Okay. All right. Sorry, but that was a side thing.
What we could maybe do actually is just magic Enza's rifle and then save the remaining essence gems and start stockpiling them, and silver my cane and Hogarth's machete.
You could do that and decide next time what you want to do with
That's
those.
probably good for now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What does that
Okay.
leave us with? 4?
3,
3.
3.
which I will put into the party fund.
And I'll
Most
also put it out there, as far as you get, this is pretty early in the morning. It does take 8 hours for it to be infused. So
Okay.
you have a little bit of time until the rifle will be ready,
Okay.
which you won't have the rifle during that time. So whether you guys just want to sit around and wait or do something
Okay.
else in the meantime. So is that your choice, or I guess Greg asked? So the your weapon then?
Careful with it.
All right. He takes it. Kind of like looks through it, make sure it's clad clean. I think he probably takes it and like cleans it off a bit, making sure it's like nice and clean before he puts it in the essence loom. Which he takes it, it kind of moves around some of these little like pronged pieces to it so that it'll hold up as he sets the rifle. So it's sort of suspended there.
Mhm.
And then he takes one of the essence gems and puts it in this little kind of slot right at the top of this kind of bed of kind of spiked metal. And the essence gems too, I think you take one out, you take the 3, actually give him 3, so he puts 3 into the slot. And the essence gems are interesting. I think you're all getting your first maybe look at what essence gems look like. They are these ruby red crystals that have this almost like swirling substance inside of them. Almost looks like smoke or mist within it, and just sort of spins there, and it's almost hypnotic to look at. Anyway, he slides the 3 into position. Dylan says hell yeah to the plus. I didn't tell him in context. I just said, do you want a +1 machete? And he says hell yeah. So you guys can talk about that next time. We'll go with this for now.
Okay.
Okay, and as he puts those 3 in there, places his hands to either side of the table, and where he places his hands, these 2 runes light up, and some of the pronged pieces actually begin to levitate off the table, and the whole thing begins to suspend and sort of dismantle, and you watch as your gun is actually pulled apart, and the separate pieces are sort of the component parts of the rifle are pulled away magically from each other, and the whole thing begins to glow, this pulsing red glow.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, Craig steps away from it and says, all right, I'll keep an eye on this for, well, pretty much the rest of the workday today, and come by later this afternoon, and it should be ready. If you have anything else that you want me to work on after that.
So Silvering will also take the loom, or is that something you can do?
No, that's I have a colleague of mine who does some of my metal work. He can silver some of your weapons. Keep it a little hush hush though, because the Nurian aren't big fans of learning that there are people silvering weapons in the city.
Of course. Discretion is my middle name, after all.
What do you need silvered?
I'll kind of take the cane, and first I will hit the button that makes the sword tip pop out, because I don't think we can really silver like the blunt part of the cane, but the blade could get silvered. And then
We can silver the whole thing.
okay, but we need to show them, it in all 3 of its forms. So obviously cane first, button for the sword, and then another button, and it kind of collapses into its whip form.
Oh yeah, I forgot it does that.
Okay, so I think
So
he
cool.
looks. I think he looks over the weapon. Says, "This is interesting. Where did you get this?"
got a buddy of mine to put it together after I retired from the fighting lifestyle. Fighting in the rings.
The blade is easy enough. Might need to add some inlay or some studs to the cane itself for it to have any effect, and then the whip, maybe a few prongs along the tip. Okay, I think that'd be fine. If you don't mind, I'll take it now. Was there anything else you need, Silvered? You're doing Hogarth's short sword, right? So Hogarth suddenly is just sort of looming over him, and you see Craig kind of this chill run up his spine as he looks over his shoulder, and Hogarth just pulls out in a very like blinding fast motion, just rips or unsheaths the machete and holds it in front of Craig, who again just sort of freezes and takes takes it, and Hogarth says, "Careful with that." And Craig takes the machete and says, "I'll do my best," and also places it on the table with the cane. Says, "I should have those ready in about the same time. So I'll see you all this afternoon then."
See you then.
Just don't go getting in any fights until then.
No promises, but trouble has a way of finding us.
All right. So you leave your weaponry with Craig. And where would you like to go next? Just chilling at the bar until game time, or?
I need to go buy some bullets.
Okay, you want to go buy some bullets.
Yep.
You probably have.
Out.
I assume you have a guy or something in the city that.
Probably. I mean, that makes sense. Place that
let's conjure this into existence. Who do you think you buy bullets from?
I think it's like a guy that I probably at one time he was like a mark and then turned into sort of like a weird friendship. I like I tracked him down one time and then maybe let him off easy, and now he gets me my stuff that I need.
Okay, what's his name?
His name is,
or their name.
What's a good name? Garrett.
Okay. Human, dwarf, orc. No.
I think he's a dwarf.
Okay.
And yeah, I bet he like owns a pawn shop or something.
Owns pawn shop, sells ammo. That makes sense. I think most pawn shops sell ammo.
Yeah.
Guns. Okay, so you go and you meet with Garrett and buy some ammo. Does anybody else need ammo or anything? Does anybody else want to buy anything? Potions or...
I mean, I'm down a few throwing knives because I never got them back from the lichens, and I don't know. We probably would have recovered the one I threw at the Skitter Haunt. But that's also not a pressing need. I still have 8 of them. No, because potions, like basic healing potions, are typically 50 gold each, right?
Basic healing potions are. However, if you'd like, you can buy some of the illustrious patent potions that are available in many stores in the Gothford area. And those you could buy for the low price of 25 gold.
Oh, no.
Half the gold, twice the risk.
Oh man, I kind of want to get one.
Yeah, I think after going down yesterday, Sebastian is gonna seek out one of those.
Okay, so maybe at the patent or at the pawn shop, do you want to buy some throwing knives too, or are you just getting the potions?
How much would 2 throwing knives be, which are reskinned darts?
How much are darts in the book? I assume not very much.
Probably not. And does it even give individual pricing, or is it only in packs of 10? Or 5 copper each. So it would be 1 silver for the 2.
Yeah.
Okay, which I can do, and that puts me back at an even 10 silver. Yay.
Okay. And yeah, I think he has a nice little like display case on the counter that has some of Harrington's health draughts. And there are a few there that you can buy, probably like 5 or 6, just basic healing potions.
I only have the gold for 1.
Okay.
So I will get one of those, and I think we want to wait until one of us uses one before we say what's special about these.
Oh yeah. No, you don't know until you drink it.
Well, but even the players know what could happen, but
Yeah. Well, I want to. I mean, I'll tell the chat. I think we talked about it at some point.
Maybe.
Yeah, there are something in there in this universe. There are some people that have mass-produced healing potions using some questionable methods, and we refer to those as patent potions. People that have they mass produce them and then sell them in bulk and make a lot of money off of them. However, because they are made in such rapid nature and without the oversight that many practiced arcanists would use in making these potions, they tend to have some side effects, good and bad. So because of the risk, they are and they're sold at a cheaper value. Basically, the players, when you drink one, you roll a D100. There's a 50% chance that there's some sort of risk involved, and it ranges for a lot of things. There are a lot of wacky things that can happen. A lot of them sort of imagine like the wild magic effects.
We have a chat request that I would like to put in the DM's brain, which is, can patent potions be an option in the GGK store?
Ooh, that would be a good one. We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Nice. I don't know if you had the chat up, so just I put that one in there.
Oh man.
I'll add that to my notes for today's session. I've had a couple things that we might be adding to the store.
And it feels more like rats.
yeah.
What we're gonna start doing is I'm gonna start just putting up a vote thing in it, and like give one to one of these players. We're gonna vote in the chat and
Oof.
or you drink one and I have them vote for an effect.
Oh no.
Okay, we'll brainstorm this later.
Oh no.
Also, just as part of the flavor on the way to the store, I don't know if it's just Enz and Seb going, but because Seb has given up his cane so it can get silvered, he's keeping up his appearances of needing the limp, so kind of using the other person, like getting them to walk arm in arm or something, or...
You need some help, buddy?
Yep, it'll be much easier to get around with some help.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. So we'll say you do some shopping.
Mm-hmm.
You're prepared. Anything else? Oh, Cordelia, you want to do something too?
I potentially might go shopping, but if we have some time during the day, during a day off, I want to start doing my other job and trying to move the mana that me and Clove stole
Okay.
before.
Where do you want to move it to?
To people that I usually sell it to.
Yeah, I know. So you want to try something? Just make.
When I say move, I mean I would
know.
like to go sell magic drugs to people, please.
Yeah.
You would like to fence it?
Yes.
Sure. We'll kind of. We don't have much time. We'll wrap this one up in a.
No, it doesn't have to be. I don't even make it a big thing.
No.
I just want to say I did it.
Yeah. Just make a persuasion check
Okay.
with advantage.
Okay.
Well, okay. Actually, I'll give you this choice. I'll give you a choice. I'll let you do it with it. You can either make a persuasion check, selling it to some like maybe a little more affluent clientele, people that maybe don't partake of it as much. Regular persuasion check for that. and you might get some decent money from it.
Okay.
Persuasion check with advantage to maybe sell to some people that tend to use it a bit more, need it a bit more, won't make as much money off of it. Better chance that you're going to succeed in being able to peddle more of it. And that you get advantage on.
I'm gonna take the risk.
Okay.
I'm trying to make some more money. Oh, that's really good. Okay. 19.
19, yeah, that is really good. Okay, so I'll say with the 19, you're able to sell all of your the mana that you have acquired from through illicit means. This is the stolen mana that you're selling right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not in the stolen containers, though.
No. I assume we have changed them over.
I'll say you make about, I'll just round it up to about 100 gold pieces.
Hachi machi! Now we're cooking with gas. Is what I say inside my head.
Which you can split with Clove if you like.
Yeah, I will give Clove. I don't know what our split would be.
Well, neither of you, I mean...
We didn't really talk about it.
We didn't.
So, I don't know. I don't know, either 50-50 or 60-40, I think, is what Clove would agree to. Somewhere in there.
60 for me?
No, 60.
Okay, we can split it 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get Clove 50 gold.
All right. You guys...
I was gonna lie and say I didn't make as much as I did, but I don't think Cordelia would lie to Clove about it. Everyone else probably, but yeah.
So you both have 50 gold. Anything else you want to buy before we call it for tonight? If you want to name potions or anything?
I'm gonna go ahead and buy one potion.
Okay, you can buy a patent potion
Oh
for 25
goodness,
gold.
now I gotta do math.
Or you can buy a real potion for 50.
No.
I shouldn't say real. A boring potion.
A boring potion.
A vanilla potion.
There are vanilla flavored.
Ooh. We've got the vape of.
Yeah.
The vape.
I want to save up all my gold and buy a potion vape.
Yeah. You can introduce that
Oh
vape
my
life
gosh.
to Gothford. Everybody just rocking around yelling,
Goat
"God."
Stop.
Oh, I've got 63 gold now. This is more money than I've had in forever.
So I bought 2 rounds of bullets and a patent potion.
2 rounds or you
Because you
bought,
said it's 5 gold for 10, right?
yeah, 5 gold for 10.
Yeah, so I bought 2, so I've got 20 bullets.
Okay, so you spent 10 gold to buy.
Yeah, 10
20.
gold.
Okay.
Using
I thought you bought
25.
you said 2 rounds. I was thinking like
That's
about
rounds is
two
a bullet.
bullets.
Yeah, sorry, I should have said.
So
2
we'll say like 2 cases.
That's 2 cases. There you go. 2 cases, and I have enough left for a potion, a patent one. See how this goes.
Okay. So everybody got their thing. Make sure you mark those as patent potions in your
Yeah,
inventories.
I'm gonna add
Trusting
there,
y'all. Well, I shouldn't say I'm trusting y'all. At this point, you have nothing but patent potions, so we know that
Yeah.
it's. And honestly, I might just get rid of real potions at some point, but we'll see. See how this goes.
This is gonna be fun.
With a
Anyway.
special effect.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah, is there already like a thing in Roll20 for the potions, or do I just need to like hand key it
Be
in?
able to pull in a healing potion from the compendium.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
but
think
there's not like something that'll like roll the D100.
no. I could try to make a roll table or something for it. That might be fun to do.
Okay.
So I'll work on that.
Roll table is
Okay.
a macro, probably a thing. I don't know how you would get that in with this, but like I can do the double brackets, 1d100 in there. So
Yeah, you can
this
add
probably
the-
doesn't need to happen on stream. But
Yeah,
Sorry.
we'll figure
Sorry.
it out. Not the most exciting thing to end a stream on.
On the
Oh,
test
no.
roll, I got a 1 on the 1d100.
That would have been pretty good though, because that's
Yeah.
immediately gained the benefits of a short rest.
3 hours
Ooh.
away there. And that's how
Yeah.
you make a roll table.
That's nice.
For your pet
Yeah,
potions.
like I said, some of them are good. Some of them you get older.
Don't give it away.
Anyway, so we won't give any more than that away. It has 2 freebies. So that's going to be it for today. Let's go ahead and call it there. I know not the most exciting place to end the game on, but I think it was desperately needed that you guys kind of...
But we survived 2 encounters.
Yeah, I was about to say, I
tonight.
don't know. I really think being alive is exciting.
Yeah. No, that was real close. Okay. But yeah, we'll call it there. We will be back in 2 weeks to continue our journey. See, right now your to-do list is to go assassinate or at least beat up a couple of werewolves and go find out what's with the ooze stuff.
And go back into the death cave.
Yeah.
Get our weapons, meet the appraiser. Those
many
before
things.
doing the...
Yeah. We'll find
Yeah, I
the
want my
original.
gun back, please.
I want to find some more
Before we
mana
do
to
things.
sell. I'm just going to do that for the rest of the game.
Yeah. But we'll be back in 2 weeks. I know we're gonna be missing some people on the 20th.
Oh man, take it.
We'll figure out. We may need to. We'll talk about it. We'll figure out what the schedule's going to be. But we'll let you all know. Thank you to everyone out there for watching and enjoying and partaking and engaging. We like I said, coming up, just to make sure everyone out there is aware, we have Wild Space. I don't know why I said it like that. On Monday, at 8:00 Eastern time. We will have the next session of Wonderworld, not this Thursday, but the next Thursday. And then this game in 2 weeks. Keep an eye out. The podcast for this episode will be coming up should be up by next weekend. That's what we're trying to hit with the schedule, or at least a few days to a week before the next session will go up. And then Cyberscape will be coming up soon. Within the next week, I'm thinking, is when we'll go ahead and put up the first episode. We're not going to do a huge lead up to it because it's already been enough of a lead up. At this point, you've all been very patient, and we really appreciate your patience. So it will be going up soon. We'll definitely announce it when it goes live and it's up there for your amusement. So I think that's it. Anybody else have any announcements? Poems you want to read? Stories you want to tell? Something like that? Okay. Thank you all, everyone out there, for watching. We will see you next time. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night.
Good night, Internet.